Welcome back to episode 20 of Hashing Out with Javi. This is a new episode. Excited. Haven't recorded in a while, so I'm excited to be back. This episode is going to be about hunting and fishing. I got a couple of friends of mine I've known for many years who are avid hunters and fishers, and we're going to be talking about that subject. Today on the podcast, I have Alex Gonzalez, Danny De La Guerra, and Ruben Cabrera, many friends of mine for many, many years. What's up, guys?
Hey, everybody. How you guys doing tonight?
What's cracking, lacking, what's shaking, what's your little bacon, bro?
They got all quiet. Same old. Spending a good Saturday here with friends that I've known for over 20 years.
Yeah, I've known Javi and Ruben since freshman year in high school with football, and knew Alex before because Efren's would go to there. So
excuse me.
Yeah, I think since
maybe
since
like
junior high, when there was junior highs, not middle schools anymore, but junior high since we're in the 7th grade.
So let's not date ourselves, but well over 25 years probably for each one of us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a long time.
Definitely. I was born in the year of the cell phone, man. Definitely.
I was born in the year of the beeper, fool. The beeper.
It's like the Chinese New Year, man. Chinese New Year.
So let's talk about hunting and fishing, guys. So I think they're probably two totally different kind of topics, but I think all of us grew up. At least I did. I know Alex and Danny, you did, and probably Ruben. At least hunting, at least fishing. Our families were kind of from that background. What got you guys started hunting and fishing? Was it family? Was it, tell me your kind of story, either one of you guys.
Mine was my grandpa. The summer of turning 10, probably, I would go out to Goleta Pier every day. I'd even fucking ride the bus from downtown Santa Barbara all the way out to Goleta Pier with my boogie board, go out there, meet my grandpa, and we'd fish that whole entire time. And then when it got slow, I'd go fucking hit the boogie board. Caught my first legal halibut out there. And ever since that, I've been hooked.
What's a legal halibut? What size is a legal halibut?
22 inches is legal halibut. So, yeah, I caught that off of the Goleta Pier, when I was about 10 years old.
Yeah, so, man, for me, it's been my whole life. I think since I was young, 7 years old, I went out with my grandfather and uncles on my mom's side of the family who have consistently hunted Los Padres National Forest, which is accessible to anybody, and we've been lucky enough to live on this side of the California coast to not only have the ocean to our access, but also the mountains that are right on the side. So my whole life I've been out there, whether it's camping and hunting or just out on a day or morning fishing on the shore. That's where you can usually find me on my spare time.
Yeah. So for me personally, growing up, I remember being very, very young. My entire family was hunters, fishers, that kind of stuff. We used to go up to Mono, for those of you from Santa Barbara that know that area. The Flores family, you guys in the Flores family, right? And even Danny Ortiz, his family. And it's funny because Danny's daughter and my son are brothers and sisters now.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Small world, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
So, and the Flores family, who we call the Chivos, they were up there. So, I think we go up there, August? August is the season up there, right?
Yeah, that's when it starts, man. It starts in August. And talking about the Flores, I think that growing up in Santa Barbara, you usually saw the same families out there every summer. And I think that's pretty special because we're all friends still to this day, man. It's been over 30 years that we've all been friends, and the community was pretty small and tight knit back then.
Yeah, it was crazy. So when we used to go up there, I remember even though we were in school, when it was deer season was in, it's you're not going to school on Friday. We're packing up. We're going to the mountains. We're going to hike and camp and live out there. And what's crazy is out there was no running water.
Mono's pretty primitive. You got the hot springs to take a shower and bath, and that's about it. And that's it. And
I remember being that's the first time I realized block ice is more important than bag ice. Because block ice lasts longer. So what I mean? You'd have a block ice in your.
It's rule of thumb. You take two block ices and some more crushed ice on top of that, man.
Exactly, yeah.
Or even better is you freeze some gallons of water.
And that's another thing that's important is when you are out here hiking in California, you got to make sure you have plenty of water because those mountain degrees can get pretty high, up in the 3 degrees or
Yeah, you don't want search and rescue coming. You don't want to be that guy on the news that search and rescue had to come get you because you had cramps.
Exactly.
Like, you couldn't walk out.
Yeah, man.
But never made it out. Right?
Yeah, not only that, but be smart and make sure that if you do take your pet out there with you, that you're prepared for everything, because we see a lot of articles on the news for rescues for animals as well and pets. So make sure that you're cautious about that.
Yeah, for sure. So Mono to me was like where I cut my teeth, right? And I remember growing up there. To me, camping to me was like a real big family thing, right? So like all the families up there, we knew each other. A lot of the families that were up there at the time were from the same part of Mexico, which is kind of the funny thing too. So it was a very close knit kind of community. I even remember, you guys remember Ernie Evil Lee?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So I remember being up there at a young age, I think maybe 5th grade or so. And him and I and the Chivos, Luis and George, fucking much love and respect to you guys. We'd be up there. We were just wild kids, you know what I mean? They were like, "Here's a BB gun, here's a fish bowl, go have fun."
Yeah.
And we were out by the dam, fishing, shooting turtles, birds, whatever, smoking cigarettes. We were like 4th and 5th grade, smoking cigarettes. We were just doing wild stuff. We were just kind of like, it was kind of like what's that movie, The Last of the Mohicans?
Yeah.
Not the one.
Yeah.
No,
More Stand and Deliver.
No. What's the movie about the Lord of the Flies?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Lord of
yeah.
the
It's kind of
Flies.
like
Lord of the Flies.
It's more like Lord of the Flies. You know what I mean? Like we were just wild kids and a pecking order, and we had a blast though. You know, while the men were out hunting and they'd get up, butt crack of dawn, they go and hunt, and they come back in the nighttime, they go out again. I remember seeing my first buck that was killed, and here's a funny story about this is. The first buck I saw killed when they were processing it, the idiot hit one part of the gut.
Yeah.
And it stank.
Yeah.
And I can right now as I'm talking about, I can honestly smell and taste the smell of it.
It's a smell you won't
You
forget.
won't
It's a smell you won't forget.
You won't ever
No.
forget.
And I remember thinking to myself, even at that age, I was probably like in 5th grade, thinking like, "Damn, if a deer smells like that, what do we smell like?"
Yeah. You know, I think that's another reminder for everybody out there that just because we're telling these stories, everything is still out there today. So make sure you guys get your kids out there and make sure you guys let them experience that, because I've seen a decrease in people going out there with their children. You know, there's a lot of programs out there. There's a lot of clubs out there that you guys can get involved with that will take you camping, teach you how to fish. And shoot, I think me and Danny are available every Saturday most of the time. So if you ever want to bring your kids out with us, we're more than willing to show them how to fish.
Definitely. And we all have extra gear too, so it doesn't. You don't have to come with gear. You just have to come. That's pretty much it.
For sure. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that at the other podcast.
Yeah.
But for sure, we're gonna try to spin off a program to take kids out there and kind of teach them about wilderness and wildlife and hunting, fishing, conservation, all that good stuff.
You
So
definitely need somebody. So the first time I got invited to go hunting was with Alex and George and them, and I had no idea what I was doing. And so they're like, just get some boots and a backpack and, come out. And I was like, all right, cool. So I roll up to Big Five, right? And I get this fucking high tech. That's the brand, high tech, right? Backpack. This is a fucking.
It's not the technology high tech.
if I know the Chivos, they talked all kinds of shit about this.
It was all about high tech back in the day, man. Trust me, Big Five.
This was it wasn't a hunting backpack. It was a fucking hiking backpack. So, and then the boots, they had no real hiking boots. So I ended up getting some fucking black steel-toed combat boots and went hiking in those the first time. It was the most miserable time ever. And I was thinking, do I really want to do hunting? This is terrible.
Yeah, I actually
remember.
I remember that. But you know, I think
You distinctly remember.
It was in this backpack. It was
but no,
gray and blue, checker color.
you also have to
So it was
understand. You have to also understand we were young. We were young.
Yeah, for sure.
And back then,
It was figure it out your own.
the way technology has evolved, there wasn't any comfort clothing for hunters or hikers. It was all, here's this hiking boot, here's this hiking boot. Doesn't matter what you are, this is the hiking boot that you get, right? Or backpack that you get. Right. And I remember hunting out there with a Jan Doe or Jan Sports
Sports.
backpack.
Jan Sports backpack, yeah.
They're not anymore. Now you have hunting backpacks. You know,
Right.
you have those expensive.
They have ones that like have like this weird gauge on them that pops up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
you got
when
frame, like you have
Yeah,
a
it's got
frame in
hydraulics
there,
in there
like,
that goes up and down.
Yeah,
You have like
we're-
technology built into the actual gear that you're wearing.
completely.
So you guys started when
completely.
you were savages, basically.
Yes, very young. Very young.
So
man, very
that
young.
was my first experience, and then I heard about my buddy Rudy. His first experience to go when he went hunting, he showed up with a bag of burritos and a couple 2-liter bottles of soda.
Yeah.
And this is what he took out to go hunting for the day.
For the day.
So I thought I was at least a little bit more prepared than he was.
Let's put it this way: we all go through our growing pains. We've all learned, and I think that we've reached a point in our lives where we think we know it all, but you never know, man. Mother Nature throws whatever it wants at you, so you got to be prepared at all times. Have everything available. There's books out there, like I said, man. There's a lot of stuff out there to get your kids out there involved. I miss seeing that with this pandemic that everything, everything that's gone on. I've seen an increase in people that have been coming out here to fish and hunt. I think you can actually vouch for that, Danny. You've seen a lot of people out there fishing, new people.
Yes. Tons of people out there have no idea what they're doing.
Right.
You can tell when a person tries to cast and it goes literally like 2 feet in front of
away.
them. And I'm just like, should I be the nice guy
Give
and
them
tell them, hey,
advice.
try to do this way. But not everybody takes that like, hey, okay, thank you. Like,
Right.
sometimes you get some dirty looks like, hey, I know what I'm doing, motherfucker. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
no,
Bye.
you
You're
don't.
like, bye. Look, I've caught like 10 fish right now, and I've seen you here for an hour, and you haven't caught one. So,
Yeah.
kind of know what I think I know what I'm doing right now.
So during the pandemic, a lot of people wanted to get outdoors, right? So we've seen a big spike in hunting, fishing, that kind of thing, right?
Yes.
And I didn't go out much during the pandemic. I'll be honest. Plan on getting out a lot more now, at least fishing wise. But what did you guys see? It sounds like
I got a lot of people wanting to learn what hunting was because they knew I was involved and I'd go out and
Right.
they were, because of the meat shortage, they're looking for alternate food source.
like, hey, the road's blowing up now. I'm gonna go try to figure out how to kill a deer.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you didn't. Your entire life, you didn't care about it because you got hamburgers. served
Yeah,
to you
yeah.
For $1.50 a Jack in the Box, and now you care.
Yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
pretty much. Yeah, that's what it was, and it was like, you know what? I'm willing to, show you and tell you and point you in the right direction.
Right.
I tell you, in California, it's not easy unless you have ranch access. Hiking, because our hunting season is in the late end of our summer, so it's from August, first week of August until almost the beginning of October.
Yeah, so basically our hunting season is the earliest season in all of the United States, man, and opens general season. It opens the second week of August and runs to the third week of September.
Yeah.
And so is that into the rut of this area?
No,
not
that's
even.
not
Oh,
even.
so that's why it's
close.
harder.
That's why it's harder, and we're also
Okay,
in
so explain what the rut
150
is, though, because people are listening not knowing what the rut is.
The rut is. Do you want to go?
Well, the rut is when the deers get really horny and start looking for that mating partner. I guess you can say it happens to all species, right? There's certain times of the month and
That's when the deers are in the club, you know what I
It's
mean?
when, the
Like,
deer,
okay.
it's when the deers need to let their swimmers
Yeah.
swim, man.
Yeah, they need their release, but
But that's when they're most active, right?
the
Yes,
bucks.
sir.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
very
they
active.
get once they smell a doe that's in heat, it's all they're thinking about. They don't care. They'll cross freeways.
It's all about the
I've-
estrus.
I've
Yeah.
seen one deer. So there's a doe down in the valley, and this deer was like a mile and a half away up on a ridge. We watched him go up, down, to get into that valley where that doe was.
That fool was
And,
horny
like,
as fuck.
Yeah, so they'll at that point, nothing matters other than trying to get laid.
Yeah, and then another thing is that the rut isn't dependent on the deer or the doe. It's all dependent on the weather.
Right.
It's all weather. It's all weather based. So they go into rut once the weather gets down to a certain degree. We're talking about maybe 50s, 40s.
Oh, I didn't know that. So when
Yeah.
it's colder is when they go into
Yes,
rut.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
So
once it
when
gets
we're
cold-
hunting in 100 and so I think average is 100 degrees. The hottest I think we've ever been was 120, And at that time, the deers go nocturnal on us.
Yeah, they come out later than early.
They either
Evenings.
last hour of light, or you catch them the first hour of light in the morning. That's pretty much your window.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's and it's hard. Like I said, if you in public land, you got one time we went to Ojai and there was 6 of us, me, Alex, plus 2 others. And then there was another 4 guys going around. We're all just working this one area. And so, people are hiking through where you're set up to hunt. And there's a guy walking through, talking to his buddy, all loud and shit. And
it gets hard out here.
So it's really hard in California to hunt, pretty much. At least in our area.
It's one of the most, all of California is one of the most difficult states to hunt, man. So I've been blessed to be able to go hunt out of state. So I've hunted in Wyoming and Idaho, which has been amazing. And usually those hunts are between October and November, which is a little later, which they usually start their rut first week of November, second week of November. But if you get lucky, you get that rut starting the last week of October, and you get some pretty big bucks running through the area. So that's a pretty good season. But compared to those states, Wyoming and Idaho, California is the hardest. Our deer herds are very small and have been decimated by not only natural predators, but us moving into their homes.
Territory,
Yeah, definitely. Building homes like in the Malibu Canyon, it takes a toll.
What about the mountain lions out there?
The Riviera, the mountain lions.
I've seen. I'm sure. I mean, you guys grew up in San Bernardino. I've seen deer on APS.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I saw coyote not too long ago right on Salinas.
Dude, there's coyotes here in Oxnard.
Yeah.
Like literally down
On
the
the
street,
street.
just hanging out on the street.
Oh, yeah.
Just like whatever.
I see
no
them in
big deal.
Ventura all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time.
All the time.
Yeah. So we're coming into their communities for sure. Or I think now it's not necessarily that, but it's more like they're coming down looking for food and stuff. Like maybe there's like I don't know. Is there what's the word I'm looking for?
Shortage?
A shortage of the shortage of water and stuff like that. Like are we experiencing
Water?
like why would so in other words this is like a full blown city, right? So why would there be coyotes here?
Cats,
Cats?
trash.
Raccoons, free food.
Yeah.
You can go out
It's
the back
easy
of
prey.
McDonald's and
Not only that, there, like you mentioned, California has been in a drought. I think we've only got in the last maybe 20 years, we maybe got 2-3 good years of rain.
Right.
I've noticed, and let me tell you, I do backpack hunting. So we go back 7-8 miles, set up camp, and then hike another couple miles to start hunting. So we're pretty deep back there in the forest. And from what I've seen, we are in a drought. I've seen pools that have been running year round to where they're at a trickle, man. Like you need to actually bring in water to survive out there. So I've noticed over the years, over my 20 plus years of hunting and hiking and being in the outdoors, that climate is real. Climate control is real. We need to take care of this earth because it's crazy out there, man. I've seen a big change. We don't have those seasons anymore here in California. It's warm year round. Although it was, maybe warmer when you're younger, just a little bit. It's a lot hotter now for Christmas, man.
Yeah.
You're almost naked on Christmas morning.
Well, Mono's a good example of that, right? So Mono, like growing up there, that dam had water all the time. Whether they release water down or whatever, they control that dam. But up there, it's like bone dry now. Like it's been bone dry for a long time, dude.
When I started hunting there, it was already bone dry.
It was already dry, and he started over 10 years ago.
And
Okay,
Alex,
so see, that's how long it's been since I've been up there.
And Alex was like, "Dude, we used to go fish and catch bluegill
Not
up
only
there.
we used to
fish,
swim
we
in
used
like
to jump.
20 feet deep water there.
Bro, I used to jump from the top of the bridge to the other side and then slide down the dam.
Sliding it down, yeah. We used to do it in milk crates. Well, I did it because I was a kid, but the adults would slide down all drunk in milk crates and fly off that dam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and it was deep, and you'd be able to fish there. I would pull out crappie, bluegill, little trout. I pull out trout out of there. I pull out a lot of
there's no
crawdads.
water for that. No, you're not going to see fish up there.
There's no water out there at all, huh?
No, there's a big change, and there's a big. It started a long time ago, man. A long time ago.
Yeah, it's been going on for well over 20 plus years.
For sure. People that don't believe, let me tell you, if you would have started hiking with us and gone out and seen this natural spring that bubbled every year, to where there's nothing, you would understand.
Yeah, it's definitely changing. Which, yeah, man, I don't know. The whole climate change is a whole different subject. Let's stay on the hunting and fishing topic.
Definitely.
But so you guys definitely did see a huge increase in people coming out during the pandemic, and what's striking and alarming to me is people that during the pandemic, a lot of people were, I think were nervous.
Very nervous.
So they're trying to figure out like, how do I source food, and how do I teach myself how to source food, and how do I teach my kids how to source food. And it was kind of wild to me because I had people that were, and I don't want to get too political or too down any one of those lines, but I had people that were really like anti-gun, for instance, during the pandemic, who were hitting me up going, Hav, I know you're pro 2A. How do I get a gun now?
Yeah.
Like, how do I get a gun now? Because I need a gun now. And I was like, poof, man, for the last 20 years that I've known you, you've been voting anti-gun. And now that things are a little bit tough, you want to know how to get a gun.
Yeah.
And so to me, I was like, first and foremost, I'm going to be honest with you. You're probably not the person I would want to have a gun.
Yeah.
But I'm pro 2A. And if you want to know about what it is to have a gun, and if it's for hunting and trying to figure out how to source food for your family, here's the proper challenge you can go through to figure out how to do it legally, how to do it safely, were the most two important things to me. But it was wild to me how many people came on board with hunting and fishing and being kind of quote unquote naturistic, you know. And you guys saw a lot of that. Obviously, saw a lot.
There
of
was
that.
a big increase of people out there, man. Let me tell you, there was I've been out to Idaho for the last 5 years, and this was the first year that I've seen so many people out there. And I mean, when I say it, so many, there was times where I would drive for 2 days and not see a person, where now you drive, 2 minutes and you're seeing a car come through. But I think that everybody got an interest when they got nervous about those shelves being empty at the stores, man. Right. I can be honest, my refrigerator was stocked. I still had, venison from the year before. I had hamburger meat,
Alex
sausage.
Rogan.
Hey, man, honestly,
Alex Rogan.
And if I had to, I mean, it was, if it got to the point, I was just gonna go up with my rifle and shoot a deer.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna let my family starve. I'm not gonna let my friends starve. So if it got to that point where there was nothing left anywhere, I mean,
no laws, no tags. I'm going to feed my family.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's the thing.
We always have that option. Like, it's like if, like you say, shit hits the fan, we have the skills to go up into the mountains, get a deer, harvest it, break it down, and feed a lot of our friends and family. And same with the ocean too. We know how to catch fish. We know how to, what to do after we catch it as well. So,
and then going back to your question about the Second Amendment and everything, it's really easy to get a firearm in the United States. Pretty easy, man. You have a real ID and a quick background check, especially here in California. As long as you don't have anything.
If you're not a felon,
as long as you don't have anything too suspicious, you can get a hunting arm.
You do have to score a 70% or higher on the gun safety test.
Yeah, but let's be real. That test is pretty much like, okay,
it's all common sense.
So the test is, hey, if I have a gun and I'm in a podcast studio with 3 homies, do I point at each one of them or the wall?
Yeah.
The test is pretty stupid.
It's funny though that it's 70%. Like,
then again.
Even my son, when I got my daughter her shotgun, he was like, wait, you only have to get a 70%? He's like, that's a C. Like, if I was in school, that wouldn't be good.
And it's a C for the W. So here's the deal. People still fail this test.
Yeah.
I know 2 people who have failed this test.
I've known a few, too. I think I failed my first one, but the guy was so nice to me. He's like, you answered these 3 questions wrong. Do you know the answer to this one? Oh, fucking shoot him in the head. No, on the real, man. But the guy was really nice. The guy was really, really nice to me. I remember both me and my cousin took this test when we were 13 years old, man. Let me put it this way. We took this test when we were 13 years old. We both didn't pass with the same amount of misses, but it was so close that the guy was really nice, and he's like, you know what? You guys probably misread this question. Like, what the fuck? You're 13 years old. How are you gonna misread this question? Like, what are you talking about? So he read us the questions. We answered them right. And he's like, you know what? You passed. Cool. I remember my dad picked us up. This is how old I am, man. But don't tell anybody. He took us to go celebrate at Taco Bell when the first Taco Bell box came out. What was it? 6 tacos for a certain price?
Yeah.
It was a Shack box. Wasn't it the first Shack box?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Holy,
something
that
like
was in 93, man.
So-
93.
So since we're covering this topic, this reminds me of when I took my hunting test, and I took it years ago. So let's talk about what it takes, or what you have to get to become a hunter or fisher, because there are licenses involved, right? So they're different for both hunting and fishing. I know when I was a kid, you had to pass a hunting safety certificate program.
Yeah.
That was back in the
That is still
Yeah,
the
the
same.
90s. That's still
early
the same.
90s. Okay.
Same, you still got to do that.
So
Yeah.
when I did mine, it was like, I want to say I was in junior high, so I was probably like 12 years old, I think, like 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
And I went to the East Side Boys Club in Santa Barbara. That's where
Yes,
I took
sir.
it at.
With
And I
Dwayne
took it-
Pierce.
Yes.
Dwayne
Yes,
Pierce.
that's his
That
name.
was his name, Dwayne Pierce.
So I took it there, I got it, and then I had to go to the East or West Community College, I can't remember which one, to do the shooting test.
Yep.
And you had to shoot 3 clay pigeons out of the sky or whatever.
Walk through the field.
Yes.
Yeah. With your
Shoot that.
shotgun,
Yes.
with the partner.
And so I did
like-
that. You know what's fucked up though? I passed the test, and then I got into like sophomore, junior year, and I started DJing and partying, and I forgot about hunting. And they gave me my
Certificate?
license, but I lost it. And years later, when I called up the state, they were shifting from old like vanilla folder program to digital, and
Yeah.
they lost my shit. So I have to retake the test to get
Oh, it
it
was
again.
under his mobile home.
Is it really?
It was under it. Yeah, that's what happened. Like all these people. No. Check
Really?
this out. True story.
Okay.
Listen up, man.
So that's why I have to take the test again because that asshole.
No. All you have to do is call the fishing game because
And they
check
can
this
take
out.
it-
So what
okay.
happened was that
So what
was
It's always a good story if it starts off
what
with.
happened was that they caught him. He wasn't turning in the cards, and he was putting them under his mobile home at the Blue Skies.
It's the Blue Skies.
So when they went to his house, they found all the cards underneath his house.
The Blue Skies is like a mobile home area in
Yes,
Santa Barbara.
sir. It was
Just
his
so
mobile
people
home.
know.
True story, man.
Are you serious? So I can get
Ask
my
George
license back?
Chivo. Ask
Can
George
I
Chivo.
get my license back?
Yes, you can.
Fuck
Amen.
yes, yeah. We're
Yes,
gonna go
you
hunting
can.
in Austin.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Thanks to Dwayne Pierce, you can get it back now. Yeah, man.
Okay,
True
so
story.
okay, I'm sorry. Fifth story. So he was putting
was-
them under.
Under his house, he was saving the cards in their house and not registering them with the fishing game.
So they have them now though.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I'm gonna call them. So I don't have to take the test.
As a
again?
matter of fact,
Yeah.
Chivo, one time Chivo lost his license and his card and everything, and they told him, well, you have to go. So he actually, when he went to the fishing game, he's like, dude, we don't have you on the file. You need to go back to the person that took you the test, that gave you the test. So he found Dwayne Pierce's house.
I believe this
At the
story.
mobile home.
I believe this
Dude,
story,
I
bro.
don't lie, man. I don't lie. So check this out. I don't lie. So check this out. So he goes to the Blue Skies mobile home park, finds Dwayne Pierce's house, and makes the guy crawl under his house to pull out his fucking card. What the fuck?
I'm fucking gone. Hey, so dude, are you serious? So, but they have them all. They have them all now.
True
though.
story. They have them all now on record because
Okay.
I remember that George got his before mine. So when I called after, once I lost mine for real, I lost mine. Once I called, they had mine on file and they mailed it to me.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay,
Yeah,
so
no,
I
true
just gotta
story.
call him. I just
True
gotta
story.
call him.
Yeah, that's George,
Fucking
man.
Dwayne Pierce, what an asshole!
He made Dwayne Pierce. He was probably 87 years old, and he made him crawl under his house,
What a
man.
dick.
That's too funny.
So I've already I redid that test a long time ago. That's like 30 years ago, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, I gotta do it again. So when the pandemic hit, I was like, you know what? I actually never hunted big game. I've fished a lot of my life,
yeah.
but I want to. It sounds weird, but I want to kill something because as a man, I want to know that if I'm gonna eat meat, that I can kill meat, process meat, and put that from hunt to plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's important to me. You know what I mean? At least if I've been eating meat all my life, but I've never had to really kill big game. I've killed small animals, but never
Yeah.
something big. You know, and I
It's
figured
different.
I figured if I'm going to be that person that does that, that I should do that at least once in my life. So I was
Well-
looking into it during the pandemic.
I think this pandemic was a test for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, once those aisles became empty, the meat aisle became empty. The pasta aisle became empty.
Well, toilet paper was gone.
And
Now we couldn't
toilet
wipe
paper
our
was
ass.
gone. You know, even that. I think it was a
Come
big
use
test. I
hobbies
think
of a
it.
bidet and shit.
Hey, but
I
days
think
are
it
good,
shiver.
bro.
I think it made everyone shiver a little bit. I think it made everyone think about the future and what it can become if it really got worse than what it was.
It was a hey puto,
know?
how tough are you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's really what it
I
was.
saw an increase in fishermen. I saw an increase in let's say the sportsmen, because in reality we're all sportsmen, men. If it was easy fishing, we'd go out every day and catch everything for our kids and for our families to eat.
Right.
If it was easy hunting, we'd go out there every day and harvest every day, and that's not the purpose of hunting. We don't go out there every day. Everyone thinks, oh, you put up a picture again because you. No, man, I go out there like 8, 9 times before I catch anything at all.
And when you do,
it
you
takes
catch
a while.
a deer who's like 130 pounds of meat.
No.
That's what I'm saying is like you could potentially, if you were,
Yes.
if you had the ability to hunt an elk, for instance,
Yes.
and if you had to kill one elk a year, one animal, you could feed your family for the entire year off that
Yes.
one animal.
Yeah, we're talking 800 pounds. You get a good
Yeah.
one.
So what I'm saying is like people don't understand that like if you're harvesting an animal to feed your family and you're actually eating the meat, that's a good thing, right? And it's less than saying if I buy a store-bought burger that might have like a booger. If I start a store-bought hamburger that might have like 8 different fucking cows in it that were murdered on some factory farmed area.
Yeah.
Like if I take one animal for my family for a year, I would rather do that than the 500,000 cows it takes to feed me Jack in the Box burgers throughout the year.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And it's important, and people don't realize that. And I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, damn, I need to go do this because, I've killed a lot of small animals, fish and shit in my younger years. Like, but I think it's time for me to get out there and kill. Like, I want to start with pigs though.
I think
I don't like pigs. Fuck pigs.
One of the I think one of the benefits with social media is that I go out there on YouTube and look for different recipes for wild game, right? So I'm able to go out there and find a recipe for it, and my kids love it. I just made my kids sloppy joes out of 100% venison meat. They didn't know. I didn't tell them.
They had no idea.
I'll tell you what. If I told them, they'd be like, "Make it again tomorrow."
Yeah.
So I got to make sure it lasts. So I got to keep that freezer flowing in sort of a steady place. But there's different recipes, different way. Everything is on the internet now.
Yeah, good Instagram is Field to Plate. That guy's
it's
really good, and he has bits all his recipes and does everything. So that's a good one to get a good bunch of recipes and stuff.
I hear it's all about how you process and how you cook it. So if you guys ever seen Meat Eater by Steve Rinella?
Oh yeah, we love Steve Rinella for sure.
So that guy,
He's awesome.
He got made big by Joe Rogan, obviously, right? He was the guy who kind of put him on game, but he's also the guy who kind of helped Rogan become a big hunter, right?
Yeah.
So, but that guy, if you watch the show, it's called Meat Eater on Netflix. That show is fucking amazing. If you want to see like all the different kinds of animals you can process, he does everything from like sea slugs to squirrels. You know what I mean? Like
and he actually makes. I've seen a couple of episodes where he makes the deer tongue.
Yeah.
Like lengua. Tacos de lengua, man, but from deer. Like,
and for us, they'd be like, nah, I throw that shit away, you know?
Yeah. At first, I was like, you know what, man?
I've never
what
even
am I
thought
gonna,
about
I never thought about it. But for the
Yeah.
last 3 years, I've been taking it. We make it up there, and it is amazing.
You eat deer tongue? Is it
Yeah.
good? Oh,
it's
really?
the same as lengua.
It's all about how you cook it, how you process it, and how you cook it.
It's all how you cook it, man. How you season it, everything, how you treat it.
Yeah.
Slow cooking
It's really,
is the
honestly,
best.
yeah, it's really how you treat it. You gotta, soon as it's done, you gotta get that stuff cut out, cooled down, and back to the camp. And
Like
Well,
I said, there's a lot of videos out there to show you how to process everything. Not only process, how to marinate everything. You know?
Yeah. It's the process of cooking stuff. So like, and I think a lot of wild game requires slow cooking.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Because you got to break it down a bit. You know, because we're used to have like fatty cow meats that have been fed corn and fucking other animal fats and other. People don't realize that the animals we eat are eating other animals at some layer. Like they're feeding them shit, and they're feeding them corn, they're feeding them sugar, and a bunch of badass shit that makes them fat. Like, the reason why you have a fatty steak is because that animal was sick.
yeah,
Like they basically put a bunch of fat in that animal.
yeah,
to
didn't
make it
let
sick.
him move.
Yeah, they let him move.
Don't move.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, and a lot is dependent on what the animal is eating for dinner too, man.
That
You
too.
know?
yeah. So with deers, like if they are eating the acorns, you'll get a different flavor versus
When they're eating the sage.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's pretty crazy. So
It's a big difference.
It's like bears, right? So bears, like if bears are eating salmon all fucking their life, they have a shitty taste to them. But if they're eating blueberries
and the berries and stuff, they have a sweeter taste to them.
They're gonna taste way sweeter to them. Yeah,
you got it.
You are what you eat. Put those ways. You want to
Exactly.
You are what you eat. I eat Jumbo Jack, so I taste good.
Oh my goodness!
Somebody cut me open right now.
Don't tell me that, because when we don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, man.
These fools are gonna. Hey, if I don't wake up tomorrow, you guys know why these fools cut me up. They had some Jumbo Jacks.
No, man, it's not even about that, man. Yeah, I'll snort your ashes and see if I can get a taste out of that thing, man.
Just smoke them, bro. Blueberry Kush. So yeah, that's cool, man. So to me, it was definitely eye opening. Again, just to touch back on that, it was eye opening that our society went from being like almost anti-hunter, anti-2A to how do I get a gun? How do I hunt? And I was like, oh, I guess all the people who were scared of this shit before now are like, hey, how do I do this? And I was trying to comprehend why they would have thought it was a bad thing before versus now. But I couldn't.
You can't because you weren't raised that way.
Yeah, exactly.
We were this. I mean, I grew up fishing.
Right.
I mean, I didn't like my family was a hunting family. My grandpa hunted, but unfortunately, he passed away before he was going to start taking me. So I started hunting a lot later because my uncles and my
your puppy invited you.
Yeah, well, it wasn't until but my uncles and weren't hunters. They didn't keep it going. So, like I said, unfortunately my grandpa passed away when the year before he was supposed to. I was supposed to start.
Right.
Usually it's 10 years old. 10 years old, you get out there and you learn how to shoot a gun.
I think it came down to
how to
for me personally. I think it came down to survival.
Yeah.
I think it came down to that. I think people realized, going out to these markets and not finding anything on the shelves, they're like, dude, if we can't provide from the market, how are we going to provide for the family, right? So they're like, the first thing they could think of was, let's go fishing, let's go hunting. So there was an increase in hunting licenses tenfold this past year.
I didn't know that.
It was huge. It was huge. If you look back and look at the records from this year's past on the increase of hunting license and fishing license, we're talking about 25-50%.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got a lot of rookies out there right now. A lot. And now that everything's opening up, I can almost guarantee we'll have another one, and I'll see how it looks out of state and everything. Hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be hunting a couple of states here, and I'll let you know. See if it decreases or increases.
Right.
But I almost have a certainty that it's going to decrease.
Oh,
now
for
that
sure,
everything's
100%.
available.
Everyone's comfortable again.
Yeah.
Now they get their Jumbo Jack for $2.99 and fucking.
Yeah.
I always tell people, it's something I've said many times on the podcast. I'm gonna say it again though. Like, people don't understand how I hate this fucking word, but it's true though. How privileged they are.
Yes.
Because you can go to Jack in the Box today, and maybe for $2.99 you can buy a Jumbo Jack, right? And in that Jumbo Jack you have bread. Do you know how to harvest yeast and how to have the germ to make it rise and to cook it? No. Do you know how to have beef that's on there next? Do you know how to raise a cow and feed it the right things? Yeah. No. But do you know how to raise a cow, how to slaughter it, how to process it, and then ground it to turn into a hamburger patty? No. What about cheese? Do you know how to fucking take milk from a cow and process it and pasteurize it to make cheese? No. What about lettuce? How do you grow lettuce?
No, we've become really privileged.
Yes,
as a society.
For $2.99, you can do that shit. You can beg outside of any store today, and for $2.99, get a hamburger in the morning and night, and just exist.
Unless the Dodgers get 10 strikeouts, you get it for
and don't get me wrong.
if you buy a soda.
But you gotta buy a soda there.
You gotta buy a soda, so go Dodgers.
And don't get
Fuck
me
the
wrong,
Dodgers, they're
man.
pissing me off right now.
Oh,
God
they're
damn
so
it.
pissed.
Don't get me wrong. I'm privileged.
Yeah.
Like, which one of us isn't here in this room, right?
Oh, I'm a fat piece of shit because I'm privileged.
But the thing is,
being honest,
that
you know what I mean? Let's be
think-
honest.
I mean, look at the.
I'm just being honest. I'm
but
just
I
being
think-
honest.
I
If they
think
can
the
see the
difference
table
is
that
from
we're
our-
like sitting,
from our-
like what's on our table.
We have 2 bottles of scotch, a bottle of vodka, a lot of other party favors, and like we didn't have to wait the 20, 30 odd years to make all these.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
No, 12 years.
Not at all.
12 times
years.
2, 12 times
years.
2 plus whatever this is, and all the other party favors. So what
Man,
I'm saying,
I would be 30 years old when this thing was born, man.
Exactly.
30 years old. Can you believe that? But the thing is, I think there's a lot of opportunities for people out there, man, and they need to take advantage of them. Like I said, we're really lucky to live on this coast. I know that Ruben goes on a lot of hikes out here in Ventura.
Yep.
He's always up there taking pictures.
Oh,
always.
Yeah. Ventura County is great for hiking.
Oh yeah.
Ventura, Malibu,
It's beautiful
Santa
out here.
Barbara.
It's forced us to be on hikes. I'm like, my fat ass is not getting up at 5 o'clock to go on a hike to Malibu.
No, but that's where it starts, though. You know,
Yeah.
But I would
start
rather
that
go on
way.
a hike to go
With the
hunting than
purpose,
that.
a hike with the purpose.
Yeah, I'd rather come back feeling, and no disrespect to hiking, but hiking's not my thing. You know what I mean? Like if I was glassing for a hunt, that's different. Because I feel like I'm
You
putting
can
something-
practice glassing. Pretend you're glassing. Just go on a hike, man.
You know what you can glass for?
Okay,
You can
Hey,
practice
glass
glassing,
for
you know?
something out there on the hike.
People don't know what glassing is. So what's glassing?
Glassing is going out there with binoculars or a spotting scope and sort of surveying your hunting area for the next week, for the following week. So basically, you're going out there and doing your reconnaissance. You're going out there to see what's out there, what's running through the area.
It's a lot of looking at bushes.
Yeah, a lot of looking at bushes. A lot of looking at bushes.
Hiking is just walking, right? It's
Yeah.
just give me binoculars. I'll go ahead. But you know what? At least I got a job in the hunting game, right? Like
Yeah.
you send me out and I'll go out there.
It's
and
becoming
scout for you
familiarized
guys.
with the area you're going to hunt.
Yes.
And seeing if there's game out there or not before you can actually hunt the game.
Yeah, you want to look for trails. You want to look to see if there's ideal hiding places for deers. It's the ultimate game of hide and seek out there when you're
Right.
hunting deers.
It's hard.
Yeah, they are the best hiders ever.
You know, we get these people saying, why do you hunt? Why do you hunt? Well, I hunt because I enjoy it, and I hunt because I'm bringing clean meat that nothing's putting, no one's putting anything into my meat, store-bought meat or anything. But not only that, it's not about always harvesting. For me, it's being out there in the forest, no one around, no service. I see sunrises and I see sunsets that, people dream of in the city. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Nature's beautiful, man.
You see some things that it's crazy because even at the ocean, like the past 2 weeks, I've seen whales at East Beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right by the buoys.
It's not even whale season yet.
No, it is. It's,
no.
it's full swing right now.
But
Is it really?
Yes, sir.
But
And-
to see whales, what the buoys are 30 yards from the shore, and whales are just cruising. Like you're not going to see that sitting at home.
Wait, whale season in Santa Barbara's in May?
Yeah. Yeah, they
thought
started
it was in
whale watching
October for
trips,
some reason.
I think in April. They started whale watching trips.
Holy shit.
And you guys
Actually,
can
we
get some
saw-
whale watching trips right now
Oh,
for gray whale,
they're
the
going
migration.
south to Cabo.
Yeah, they're going to the
Okay.
migration right now. So there's whale watching trips not only in Santa Barbara, but also out here at Channel Island sport fishing, man.
You're right. I forgot it's twice a year. So they're going down
Yeah.
south right now to Cabo to hang out, and then when it
They
gets
go party.
no.
They go
they're
party
going-
for a bit and come back down,
Yeah,
man.
they come back down and they come back. Yeah, that's right.
But stuff that you see, it's crazy. Like I've seen deers act like interact with other deers like dogs. They
Right.
really similar with their mannerisms and how they act with other deers when they have no idea you're watching. It's pretty crazy what you see out
Dude,
there.
I recommend everybody who's if you have an inkling in your body that you're anti-hunting, I understand that, I get it, I respect it, whatever. But I really do recommend you watch Meat Eater with Steve Rinella.
Yeah.
I think that's the one show. It's on Netflix every season. It's the one show that really, because he's a very smart, intelligent person, and he breaks down how throughout kind of, well, I would say millennia, but throughout many generations now in America, and even back through England, how hunting kind of came to evolve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he breaks it down, but he also breaks down why it's important from like a guys hanging out and kind of camaraderie perspective. He breaks it down from a how do you cook this meat and process it perspective. He breaks it down in so many ways I think people they can't really comprehend or grasp it unless they watch that show.
But not only guys, but girls. There's a lot of
Yes.
women that are out there that are hunting nowadays.
Yes.
There's a lot. It's open to everybody. It's the same, man. We could all go out the same day, and you might be the lucky one that comes across the biggest deer that's been, harvested or the best meat that's been harvested. But I think that you guys have to understand that it's not only, it was a taboo before because it was only for men. You know, back in the days, there wasn't a lot of women hunters.
Sure, it's growing big time.
But now, now there's a lot of women huntresses. That's what they call them, right?
Okay.
Huntresses.
So later on in the podcast, I have some stats I brought up that I want to talk about that I think people are going to mind blown. It's grown substantially when it comes to women hunters. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, I've really I've really seen that grow, not because of social media as well. You know,
it is.
You have a lot of women huntresses that are out there making a living off of hunting.
And that's cool because I'd rather have that than have you guys out there really being like brokeback vatos, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
These fools are brokeback hardcore, you know what I mean?
For sure.
That brings up the mountain wife.
Oh, yeah. Everyone has to have a mountain, everyone has to have a mountain wife.
So I have a question.
We're taking applications. Danny's retiring in 2 years.
So I have a question. These guys have been hunting together for a long time. Who's the mountain wife? I want to know.
Alex is.
Danny's retiring
in the morning.
Alex cooks.
Hey, he's 67. He's already in his golden era. He's getting his retirement checks pretty soon, bro.
Yeah.
Who cooks eggs and bacon, bro? I want to know in the morning.
This guy does.
I do, man. I'm the earliest. I'm the one that gets up the earliest, man. Come on.
He wears the thong too when we're out there. He wears the
well, put it
thong.
this way: if I'm the one that invited him his first time hunting, it's almost like a responsibility that I have to look after him. You know what I'm saying? If he gets a headache or a fever, I'm the one giving him medicine, man.
Fuck.
So yeah, Alex is the mountain wife.
Him is what he's saying.
No, oh man, I remember the first time I took him up. Rookie. I mean, shows up with some shit.
That's why I don't go hunting with you, motherfuckers.
And I looked at him, I was like,
I'm gonna be
yeah,
this
we're gonna bring him
asshole.
over. I was like, you know what? You could shed that. You could shed that. You could leave that. You could leave that. He's like, so I'm just gonna go like this. I said, yes, you're just gonna go like that because you won't make it out if you take all that other stuff, man. But
it was too much weight, huh?
It was learning pains. It was,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, you get online and you read some articles.
You know what we have
like,
to do?
This is what you need, and you're like, okay, I got to get all this shit. Like,
I'm gonna have to find my license and have you guys take me out and make fun of me for an.
Oh no, you know what?
A follow-up podcast.
No, but here's the thing: with clothes wise, like, don't buy camo. You don't need fucking camo.
Yeah.
Unless you're turkey
deers are
hunting.
colorblind.
Yeah,
deers are colorblind. People don't know deers are colorblind.
You see shades,
right?
Yes,
Hey,
that's why you should wear bright orange shit. So
that's why so you
your
don't
ass.
get shot by another person.
Exactly.
So if a deer could see and wearing a bright ass orange scene, you don't need fucking camo. Who are you hiding from?
Yeah, exactly.
So wear some fucking jeans if you want to go out hunting in jeans,
bro. You can hunt in board shorts and a tank top.
I go cargo shorts. I swear to God.
Yes, you can.
Hey, I go in cargo shorts
that I'm hunting
in a long sleeve t-shirt.
Danny goes in a skirt and a tube top and we're good to go, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So
we get every big buck coming into the canyon. You know what I'm saying? So man.
But yeah,
that's a big taboo.
Yeah, like
big
a lot
taboo.
of people, you see all these ads, the new fucking camo this, camo that.
It's all money making.
What
shit.
we do here in California and what we hunt. And like I said, unless you're doing turkey,
What are you doing on here, bro?
you don't need fucking camo.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Just whatever you're comfortable in that can, kind of keep some thorns out because there's a lot of fucking plants with thorns out there.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
That's why you want pants at least because
There's a lot of
I do cargo shorts.
There's a lot of things that can get you out there,
shorts.
man. There's in Southern California, there's a lot of rattlesnakes too. A lot
This
of rattlesnakes out
his
there.
life. He's
No,
like,
I do.
fuck
No,
my
I
ankles,
do
only
have
fuck my
gators.
ankles.
No, I do have gators.
You have to be cautious while you're out there.
I
for
have
sure.
gators,
For
but
sure.
I do have fucking cargo shorts on with some gators.
I just want to kill a rattlesnake.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we're
we've done
good.
that
Because
a bunch of times.
You need a fishing license for that.
I
Yes.
have one of those, so
Yeah,
I'm good.
you're
You're
good.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, so to get a fishing license, all you got to do is pay a fee. There's nothing
Yeah,
else
it's a
you got to
$50
do.
Yeah,
fee or
very
something.
easy. Very easy. You get your fishing license, and you can also pay
And
for an
that's-
extra saltwater tag, which allows you to go fish off the boats or off the shore.
No, you don't. Oh yeah, that's right.
And you could get a 2-pole license, and it gives you 2 poles to fish with off lakes and everything.
Oh,
Because you
I didn't
will
know
get
you
a
could
ticket.
do I didn't know you could do 2 poles. I
Yes,
didn't know
sir.
that.
You can get a 2-pole license because if you only have a 1-pole license and they catch you with 2 poles, you get a pretty
Well,
big
for my
ticket.
pole's pretty big, so it might be considered 2
Hey.
poles. But bumps. Okay, so fishing. So I have fishing. I had salt and freshwater.
Well, when you get the fishing license, it covers freshwater
Yes.
automatically.
Okay. Yeah, but
So then
pay
you
for the
got to
saltwater.
get the ocean enhancement
God, this dog
to be
is
able
weird.
to do shore
Alex,
or
what'd you do to
boat.
my dog, bro?
What?
You want your fucking nalgas or something?
Muggsy, come over here.
Like,
He's good. No,
Fucking weird,
so going back on that, it's pretty easy to get it. The fishing license, you pay I think $50 for it, and you pay an ocean enhancement
That's what I
for
pay
your
for.
ocean tag, and then you get your second pole, and you're looking probably about $75-$80 total for your fishing license.
And you want to do it at the beginning of the year because it's
Yeah, the
not
whole
prorated.
Yeah.
right.
So if you get it in October, you pay 2 months for the year, and that's it.
That's true.
California's pretty stingy on that.
But not only that, remember there. Actually, you don't want to say this. There's 2 days that the government gets free fishing days. So you
I
can
didn't know
go.
that.
Yeah, so you can actually.
July, if you have your computer, you can look it up. But
Yeah.
it's July like 7th and September 9th.
And those
this
are
year, I
free
think.
fishing days. You don't need a license. You don't need anything to go fish anywhere you want. So you can grab a pole, go to your favorite lake, go anywhere and go fish
what is the
without
reason though?
restrictions.
Do you know the reason behind
Just to
it?
get people
Just
out
get
fishing.
people outdoors.
Yeah, just to, because people don't shore fish because there's a fee to it. So it gives them opportunity, or they don't go to the
Now-
lake because there's a fee to it. So
you can
it gives
fish
them
off a
chance.
pier without a license, right?
You can
Yes.
fish off a pier, jetty, and any man-made structure
Without a license.
You
without
know
a
what's
license.
crazy about that? That the thinking behind that's so backwards because like you're obviously having an advantage if you're on a pier because you're deeper in the water, right?
Yes, you're out farther
It's
for
such
sure.
a stupid law. Danny's got a cramp and his butt hurts.
That's what happens when you do 4 hours of fishing.
And you don't catch anything.
Oh, I got you fish.
He did go fishing this morning. You're an asshole. You're such an asshole, bro. He went fishing this morning. He got skunked.
Yeah, he got skunked.
No, I got you. I got you.
But that's another thing, don't expect to catch something every time you go fishing. I mean, there's times you don't catch anything for a couple of weeks straight, and all of a sudden you catch something and post a picture, and everybody thinks you're the best fucking fisherman in the world. But
Right.
that's a whole different story,
for
Whole
10 years straight, and I have never shot a deer myself. I've been there when deers have been shot, but I've never done it
You
myself.
never got your own deer?
No.
See,
So it's,
Okay,
it's
so
not,
wait,
it's not easy.
Why don't you let him take the shot?
No. Every time I do,
For the
I
last,
call them. I've
For
called
the
them.
last 5 years, like everybody I've gone with has been like, no, if we see one, you get
Dude,
first shot. And
no.
It's been it's been
We've been
all-
together, and I've
everybody
called him
like-
on the walkie-talkie. Hey, there's one over here. Get over here quick. And right when he gets here, the deer just takes off.
Yeah.
No, I've called him, man.
so Danny-
I never shoot first. Whenever
Yeah,
I'm with him,
and it's
I
been,
call him
and
right
it's
away.
Everybody
Bro,
I've
it's your
hunted
turn.
to is everybody I've
Okay.
hunted with.
So,
one
so
to
I
see
have
me
a
do
hookup
it.
with the ranch up
Like-
north. That's a for sure pig kill. We're gonna go together and do that. I'm gonna get my license and we'll go do that.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
I,
no, no.
I want to kill some and process it.
But it's not about killing; it's about harvesting.
For sure. No.
Harvesting.
I said processing, processing. Yeah. Well, my point is like processing. It's not about killing to me. It's about understanding that if I'm gonna eat meat my entire life,
You want to be able to make the sausage, make the pork chops.
I want to
cut
be
it
able to
all
have the
up.
balls to pull the trigger because I think people don't understand how big of a deal that is.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
Even when you
This
walk
time
up
of
on
day,
it,
it's a big deal because
If you watch
everything's
hunters-
uncertain.
If you watch shows of hunters who never kill anything and they kill them, they sit down and they're in like a full blown panic attack. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, what the fuck did I just do? And there's a whole million thoughts going through their mind.
huge
And
adrenaline dump.
I've killed a lot of other animals, but I've never killed big game. And I think that to me, I'll kill a pig. And it's not that I don't. Pigs are assholes. They're fuck up land. They're wild pig. The thing about pigs that's crazy that people don't understand is when you see your little pink pig in a little farmer picture, or you go to what do they call those fucking little like
Petting
little,
farms?
your pig farms or whatever, and you see like a little pig in there. No, like what are the little festivals they do?
Yeah, the petting
No, like in LA, they do like OC County fairs and shit.
Oh, yeah, like the
this
Ventura
pig-
County
yeah,
Fair.
exactly.
The 4-H
this,
club.
this pig is
Yeah,
all
yeah,
pink
yeah.
and they're all fat and they walk them in like, oh, this pig's all cute. Well, here's the deal: pigs are smart. They're smarter than dogs. They are. They're smart animals. But when they get wild, they get wild. And the genetic makeup between
destructive.
exactly, and the genetic makeup between a pink pig you see and an OC
The Russian
farm
is a Russian pig.
no, and the black pig you see in the mountains that are wild hogs is nothing different other than those pigs were not being domesticated. It takes literally one generation of pigs to go from pink pig to a wild boar in the mountains.
You're right.
And what's crazy is people don't understand is those animals, those wild boars are fucking animals, and they will kill you.
Real fast.
They're what do you call it? They're tusk or razor sharp.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will kill you, and they're strong. Like my brother's a big hunter, right? He's a bow hunter, right?
Yeah,
So
he's a really big bow hunter. He has
he's a
his
big
tree
hunter.
stand and everything.
That's what he does.
He's a good hunter.
He's a good hunter. And so like you watch like I remember a story he told me about a pig like fucking coming at him through like the brush, right? Like you think you could run through some chaparral and some cactus and shit? No, those pigs will run through it like a tank. Those pigs are nothing. So
they have an extra thing on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
their
but they
shoulder
go
brace.
from like a pink, like domesticated pig in one generation to that pig.
Yeah.
They're one of the fastest evolving animals that we know of, and science is like trying to catch up. Going, what
Oh,
is
man.
that? Why do they do
They're-
that? We don't know. So I'll kill one of those pigs. What I'm saying, I'm not saying that like I'm not gonna kill Wilbur. You know what I mean? Fucking.
But I think that's another thing I think
but-
we've talked about is about the difference between public land hunting and then paying for a hunt. Like, I don't think, as personally, my opinion, I don't think I'd ever pay for a hunt. Like, pay to go on a ranch or to pay someone to take me out to go hunt. I would rather have those failures and learn where I'm going, learn how to do it in a certain area than to pay somebody to try to teach me.
But you
know what
might
I'm
be
saying?
like this fool for 10 years and not catch a deer.
Hey, that's
But that's
And
okay.
I'm not saying that
That's
in
a
a dick-
sport. That's a sport.
I'm not saying that in a
Still,
dick
but
way,
that's
but
the
what I'm
thing.
saying is let's go to Wyoming then.
That's a sport
Or some shit.
That's a sport.
Fool, you went to Wyoming or or whatever the fuck you went.
I go to Wyoming
And
and,
it's
I
a
go to
different- and it's a completely different hunt.
Different hunt.
But I'm saying
Different
that
hunt.
you're still paying to go to a hunt to kill a deer that's easier than killing a hare.
No, I'm not paying to go hunt there. Well, I'm paying to go hunt there, but I'm also paying to hunt here. So the only thing I'm doing here is buying my license and my tag for public land.
Right.
What I do in those other states
Glad you
is
said that.
same thing. I pay my license and my tag for public land.
But
not
it's easier
for
over there
special.
than it is here, right?
Yes. It's
Okay.
it's well.
So-
let me rephrase that.
I don't know. The story
Let me,
changes.
no,
Kyle.
let me rephrase that. The deer herds are different. It's not easier. You still have to hike.
Sure.
You still have to camp. You still have to do your homework and scout. You still have to do all of that. You know, I'm on foreign land. It's not my backyard. I'm in a whole different state, 1,000 miles away, man. If it was my backyard, like I know these mountains, we're pretty.
we know where the springs are. We know
Yeah.
where we've seen deer before. We're comfortable to go in that area and confident that there's going to be other deer there.
Yeah, so when I go in another state, I'm going in blind. I'm a foreigner to that territory or that country, whatever you want to call it, right? So when I walk around, everything's new to me. You know, I've been lucky enough to go out. I should call myself a resident now of Idaho, but I've been out there for 5 years. I've
Beat
been
your
lucky.
papa head.
I've been lucky. I've been lucky enough to meet a lot of good people out in Idaho, and I'm good friends with a lot of them that we not only are friends with, but they camp with us and they hunt with us. You know, from different state.
But the conditions are different. You know, he's hunting in cooler weather,
Yeah.
which makes it easier to hunt longer. There's more opportunity because they manage their deers better.
Better than California.
Right.
So the herds are better. The quality of deer, it's a bigger deer too over there. Where here,
Wait, what kind of deer's over there? Because here we have whitetail, right?
no, here we have blacktail,
Oh, it's blacktail.
coastal blacktail.
Coastal black. I thought it was whitetail for some reason.
Nope. And up north in Northern California, we have mule deer as
Mule
well,
deer.
which is a
Mule
breed
deer.
between whitetail and blacktail.
we do have a mule deer blacktail hybrid. If you go far enough back 18 miles behind Santa Barbara.
Jesus.
You
so,
gotta
so
go.
we do have those here.
Those are some big
Yeah.
ones. We've
Yeah.
seen some big ass deer, but like I said, the ones they're nothing like how big the big ones he's getting out of state. Our guys, what maybe top out even the hybrids here, maybe 150.
Yeah,
was gonna
that's
say.
that's public land. But if you go into the draw, because here's the difference: you can buy over the counter tags, which they give you a tag for like A zone, and they're really accessible because they're giving away about 66,000 tags a year or season, not year.
66,000.
Yeah, it's a lot. So then there's other areas in Northern California where the deer herds are so small
But the quality
is so big. You're looking at these trophy bucks that they're only raffling away. I'm going to say raffling because it's a draw. That they're only giving away maybe 100 tags per zone
for the
right?
whole,
Jesus.
but the whole state is
the-
bidding in on
Yeah.
the like. You can request zones and
year after year.
and you have it's a point system, so you could put all your points in to try to get one of these good zones.
And
eventually.
we'll never get into one of the zones in our lifetime. It's
possible.
Those zones
it's
are
possible
nuts.
we'll never get in.
And then
so,
I mean,
so that's my point. Is like if I don't consider it cheating because in California it seems like it's either the conservation here is really one sided, and or there's just too many hunters here. Where like I don't consider it cheating to go outside somewhere else, or even Northern California on some private land, who has a problem with pigs and be like, I'm gonna go shoot a pig out there. You know what I mean? Like I don't see that as being. I mean,
no, I don't consider that like cheating.
Yeah,
or like
aside from
they call it a can hunt.
right.
I mean, that's the guides. With these hunts, you still have to do the work. The guide's just taking you out there, and he knows that they frequent this area. You still have to be able to get up there to that area. You still have to be able to shoot that gun accurately,
Right.
and to be able to bit down that animal. So there's still some work on it, but a big part of the work is taken out for you because going out there and looking for them is the hardest part.
Yeah, I just think that like there's so much game out there on private land. They've been hoarding that shit. That public land is over. I would call it like in a sense overfished, right? If that's a wrong term to say. It's insane. And even with conservation is a big part of hunting, right? So we haven't even touched on that yet. The conservation's huge and
Very big, man. Very big to both of us. I think it's very important. We're losing a lot of land quickly to these big corporations, and it's huge. Like you said.
Yeah, and conservation. More than that, though, people don't realize how much conservation has affected public lands and animals in general, the populations of herds of animals, right? So conservation has been around for like a really fucking long time. Theodore Roosevelt was one of the first people to really put out there, like as far as how do we conserve lands? How do we protect lands? How do we protect the population of animals that are on these lands? It wasn't just about private and public land. It was about the dog's being spoiled right now. All these guys in here love dogs. Mugs, get out of here. We're shooting a podcast, God damn it. But
Mugs wants Ruben.
he loves Ruben.
I don't know.
He's a Dodger fan.
He's got soft hands.
No callous.
I'm just kidding. That dog loves everybody. But
Bite you. He's gonna bite you.
yeah, Mugs, come here.
You better let him get on.
Get
No.
over.
My leg.
Why is my dog on
I'm
blanket
gonna
right
call
now?
for help.
Hey, Ruben,
Hey,
get the
Rubes,
blanket.
Put the
dog's
blanket on him.
hungry
Put the blanket on him. Put the blanket on
Put the
him.
blanket on him.
Fucking dog. I just come over here telling me to relax. All right. So back to it though. So people don't realize though, back in the day, and I'm gonna go through some historical shit because I'm a nerd, right? People don't know that back in like the medieval times, only kings and people of the noble court could hunt
Could hunt.
because that was their land, and like you can't touch animals on our land. That's our animals.
If you killed something on their land, you can be killed.
You could
for
be
it.
killed. Yes.
Yeah.
And so like they wanted all meat and food to go through them pretty much.
Yeah.
And so what people don't understand is like that was a real thing just a few hundred years ago. And that's not that long ago. People think it's long ago. It's really not.
No, man. In reality, look, that's why Ruben's missing a leg, man. he took his neighbor's chicken.
You're stupid. You're dumb. So
Why do you think it takes him so long to get to where we're at, man? Come on.
you're dumb. So what I was gonna get at is that like we don't understand how important it is to have public land to be able to hunt on. Americans don't understand how important that is.
It's important. I've been fortunate enough to travel a lot of places, and let me tell you, we are so lucky not only to have all the public land that we have, but to live on the California coast.
Oops.
You know, there's a lot for us to do here.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's some places where you drive 5 minutes to the ocean from your house, and you drive 5 minutes to the mountain ranges.
Yeah, it literally takes me 3 minutes to get to the beach and probably 15 minutes to be in the mountains.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we don't. But even more so than being close to it, the fact that you can harvest from it.
Yeah.
So people in America are like, oh, I got to get a dare tag. I got to get a class. I was like, dude, you have no idea that before you were not part of the royalty, the rich, the wealthy, or just in general, the king's court. So you couldn't harvest shit from your land. Yeah. So like, why, like, people don't realize that was like a penalty that could be, that's a penalty that you can be charged with death with, you could charge with shit with, right?
That's awesome that you bring that up because that's reality. You know, that happened to a lot of, what do they call them? Peasants.
Yes, we were peasants.
We
were peasants in their time.
And not only would it be death, they would either sometimes they'd cut your hand off, your arm off for stealing like that. That's crazy that nowadays there's so many opportunities out there for everyone to get out there and do it the right way that it's almost. It was almost a blessing and a curse to see so many people do it during the pandemic, right?
Yes.
Because there was such an increase that not only did you have to watch where you're going to go hunt because there was other hunters in that area that didn't know, but they walked into that area, right? But I think it's a good thing. I think that more people need to get their kids out there, and there's a lot of opportunity for everyone, man. We live on a big coast, and we live on a big mountain range, and there's a lot of land, a lot out there to do for all of us, man.
Right.
And to harvest our own food.
For 100%.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. That, like, if you look at that from an American perspective, if a few hundred years ago, during medieval times, I couldn't go out and kill something to feed my family.
No, I'd
because
chop
it was
your arm
illegal.
off.
Yes, it was illegal. That's insane. Today we have an option. Mugs.
Fuck a Mugsy.
Mugs. Leave them alone. Hey. Get off. Jesus Christ, Danny! You smell like fish,
he painted his toenails. He went out to the living room and painted his toenails. Look,
Your dog is ready.
Get off.
he has painted toenails. Look, why are his back toenails painted? Mugsy.
Yeah. Hey, Danny made him all horny when he came back.
Yes, I know.
Danny cleaned up and he smelled like a.
Danny went to the bathroom and came back and he smelled like a
fresh
shrimp.
jellyfish
He smelled like a fucking jumbo shrimp.
with chamoy on it. Hey, with chamoy on it.
With chamoy and a splash of lime. Get out of here, bro. All right, so
In other words, you smelled really sweet.
So yeah, but people don't understand that, like, back in the day, medieval times, up until even in America, like coming early on here, like, you couldn't just hunt where you wanted to. So for us to have the ability to hunt, you should definitely take that's a right. It's almost like a Second Amendment right. Like, you should take advantage of that right. You know what I mean? It's really important. People don't get that.
And not only if you're going to do it all the time, but if another pandemic hits, hey, those freezer lines are empty or those freezer aisles are empty.
Right.
What are you going to do?
Well, if
Go to
you
the mountains,
follow
I'm
the
gonna shoot
pattern,
you so I can shoot the deer.
if you follow the pattern, there'll be another one in 4 years.
Oh yeah, this isn't the last one we're going to go through.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm gonna shoot both of you to get in the deer.
Yeah.
No, so here I want to talk about a kind of a few things that I was doing some research on this, and I was like, I want to think more about kind of the medieval times and people who couldn't hunt, and then in America, because a lot of people have this idea of hunters as, like, I grew up with hunters, my family, right? My family were hunters, they're fishers. I know a lot of them. Sure, a lot of them are savages for sure.
Yeah.
There's definitely a different level of man in this group of men, but they're not like these evil, sadistic people that
No, man.
people would love to make it out. People are like, oh, you're just going out there to kill until whatever.
No.
It's definitely
Don't-
not it.
Not at all, Javi. And let me tell you, Danny's still scared to stay by himself in a tent. So don't get
So
him
do you
wrong.
grab his butt cheeks, bro?
Yeah,
Do you hug him? Do you hug him?
Comfort him.
I have a handful of Chi-Chi every night in the mountains, bro.
I knew it.
Pure Chi-Chi. Pure
I'm
Chi-Chi.
dying,
Pure
bro.
Chi-Chi.
I'm coughing. I'm dying, bro.
The worst time, we were in a 4-man tent, and a 4-man tent is for 2 people. Like, maybe max. A
For
four-man
two
tent.
Americans.
Like a sweet.
These are all fast.
His nipple smell right here. That's his nipple smell.
But really, like a four-man tent is comfortable for one person. Like,
Right.
Right. We had 4 motherfuckers in this tent. It was me, Alex, his cousin, and his other cousin. Oh my god, it was the worst fucking night sleeping. And when you hunt, you gotta get up at like 3
in the morning, yeah.
right? And start hiking up before sunrise and be up in these fucking mountains with your binoculars trying to look. And I swear everything before sunrise is a deer.
Yeah.
You see this fucking hump. Me and Alex literally sat in Ojai and stared at this one rock.
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour,
minutes.
man. Oh, yeah.
Till the sun finally hit it, and we're like,
Hey, they thought it was The Rock from the fucking TV show.
man,
Hey,
that
The
was
Rock's
bad.
hot.
I swear,
The
and
wrestler.
It had this little hump, and
And the worst part is once we noticed what it was, we sort of looked at each other and said, okay, let's keep walking.
yeah,
Didn't say anything like we were wrong. Hey, you know what? Let's just keep walking.
it was so yeah. So, but to sleep in a tent with 4 men that it like. Like I said, if anybody's ever been camping,
I wasn't there.
Gonna say preach on it.
Hey,
I wasn't there.
I blame
Shut the
him.
front door.
I blame him because
He thought it was him. He thought it was me. That was my third cousin.
I brought a tent, but these other 3 didn't, and I was like, wait, where are you guys gonna sleep? So in your tent, I'm like, huh?
Your mic's really low. Come talk to it.
Right there.
Come closer.
Oh, lift it up.
Right there.
I think it, yeah.
No, you're short.
Something's going on here.
Oh yeah, he peed on it.
Yeah, you got disconnected here. Talk.
All right, how's
That's
that?
better.
Better?
All that shit you were saying was fucking cut off.
Yeah,
My
it looked
bad.
like it was a mile away.
But
huh?
you can hear it in the background though.
Cancel
But it's
him.
okay. But we'll fix it.
All right.
Cancel
Say some.
him.
Yeah,
So-
don't touch that. Don't touch that button, you asshole.
Oh, my bad.
He likes
I
to
was
sleep with
just
men.
trying to adjust
Cancel him.
it.
So all that shit he was saying, all proud and all excited and shit. Fuck.
Whack.
We'll get it back. No, you can hear it in the background, but it's not as be as
Yeah,
good.
it's not gonna be as clear.
But it's all good though.
You're gonna
But
sound
yeah,
like you're
never
cheering
sleep
from
in
the
a
sideline.
4-man tent with 4 men. That's the moral of the story.
Or you get 2
sucks.
fingers at the butt.
Danny always wanted to be in the middle. Everybody, let me make this story clear. Like, he was scared to be on the outside because of mountain lions and bears. So I said, you know what? You sleep in the middle.
Oh.
Hey, you sleep in the middle, and I'll protect you.
So you want to hear a story about
Did
bears,
he hop
right?
over from the outside
So
to
we
the
had
middle?
gone to freaking Ogilvy. You know where Ogilvy is,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
Ogilvy
Yeah,
Ranch.
yeah.
So we're there and we're camped like right outside of the ranch. And we're all like in our tents and we left all our guns out next to the tree. Well, here comes this fucking bear.
Oh shit.
Start sniffing the fucking tents and we turn on the light and you can see the silhouette of the bear sniffing our tents and then goes off maybe 5 yards from where we're at and just plops down on the grass and just lies down and falls asleep right there. We can hear this motherfucker snoring.
Yeah.
And we're like whispering like, hey, someone go get their gun. No one wants to unzip their shit to scare this fucking bear. So we all
Bunch of
stayed-
chavalas.
Oh my god, it was the word. And then finally you could hear the fucker get up and leave. And then we all came out and was just like, fuck. What the fuck?
See, that's why I'm carrying a 45 with me every time when I'm sleeping.
Ever since then,
Yeah.
I don't
I've
give a
slept.
fuck.
Ever since then, I've slept with my rifle in my tent.
I don't give a fuck.
That
I'm
was
carrying
the
a
first and
45.
only time I have ever slept
I
with
wouldn't
my
even want a
rifle
rifle. Just
outside.
give me my 45, just because a rifle is too much to move around and maneuver in the tent. You know what I mean?
Bro,
give me
it
that
was
45.
the
I got it.
scariest. Yeah, like the scariest shit. Like with that bear.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Okay, so that takes me to a subject I want to talk about. So when I was young at Mono, our families were out there. We'd go like on late night fucking drives to the hot springs or to the what we call them the brujerias, like the
Oh, yeah, the brujas.
The
Yeah.
brujas.
No, it's real.
The Floridas is the ones who named that
Yeah,
shit because
yeah.
because back in the day we said or we thought that we saw a witch out there. You know what I mean? And the witch would go through the trees and shit like that, right? Brujerias. So have you guys ever experienced anything kind of
Oh, you got the
crazy?
same one?
Yeah, what'd you get?
Stranana.
It's all the same shit, you assholes.
No, mine's different.
No, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I gave you guys all the
Because
same.
he's allergic to strawberries.
Oh, and now they're all jealous because I bought them all. I'm not gonna say what
Okay,
it is,
so
but
you went to the brujas?
Brujas. But back then though, all the families had heard stories of different areas of Mono, like, oh, this place is haunted, or it's the same shit like today. Oh, I got my tarot cards and I got my fucking whatever. Everyone's all fucking spiritual now, right? So we thought it was like a crazy witch or whatever. Well, we had went out there one night, and somebody thought they saw something in the fucking mountain, like in the trees, that kind of escaped us. I'm like, oh, everyone got all freaked out. That's the bruja, that's the bruja. It was in the brujerías. That's the bruja, that's the bruja. I'm like, well, that was the wind, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like a kid going, I'm scared, but I'm like a kid going, that was just some wind, fool, settle down.
Hey, us old school Mexicans are really superstitious.
We
man.
are, for
You gotta
sure.
Remember that.
But that's what
All
that's
the way
my
down
point.
to the tamal on Christmas, man.
Exactly.
Don't forget that.
That's my point, though. So, have you guys seen anything while you've been camping out there? Because I've not been in the fucking brush, right, since I was a kid. So, have you guys, since you've been camping out there, seen anything weird like fucking Bigfoot shit or
I saw Starlink last year
Starlink,
from
like a satellite?
SpaceX. Yeah,
Oh, you saw one of those? Oh, you
I
could.
saw
You could see
Starlink.
those?
No,
Yeah.
I saw about 30 satellites come across.
Yeah, you could see. You could see that shit.
Look up Starlink.
Yeah, no, you could see that shit for
Oh,
sure in the
it's
sky.
awesome, man. It
They're
was
not.
awesome.
They're not that far up. People don't
No,
realize.
there was about
they're not that
30
far up.
satellites that came across in a matter of maybe a minute.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
that's cool.
Amazing, man.
But I think he means like more like scary shit or UFO type
Well, at
shit.
first I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was scary or not until I realized what it was, bro.
We've seen lights, like weird ass lights that shouldn't be out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
story, your brother was actually with Chivo at Ogilvy.
Yeah.
And Chivo, the ranch is abandoned. It was, you can look it up. It's Ogilvy Ranch. The caretaker was murdered there and burnt. It used to be an old commune, right?
It started when they took the Chumash Indians back there.
Yeah.
So you
But
can
it
actually
was
find a lot of
also-
arrowheads and beads back there while you're
there.
walking when it rains. Yeah.
But then it also ended up being like a hippie commune at one point. Like now it's,
The
it used to
Sunkiss-
be Sunburst.
Sunburst.
Sunburst. It's over
Sunburst.
off of Highway 1 now.
Check it out. So it's
and-
up north, pretty much.
Well,
No.
now it is, but no, Highway 1 over by Lompoc. That it's off of there.
Okay, my
Right
family
there.
has a ranch out there, man.
So George and them were out there camping, and they heard kids laughing and giggling.
Oh, I've heard
and
this story.
then the doors slamming. So George went through there, grabbed his rifle, went and checked. Everything was blacked out, and there was nobody
I've heard this
there.
story.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you had because your brother was there. But that was probably the most freakiest story I've heard. But I've seen lights out there that there shouldn't be. Like all of a sudden, like fucking
Orbs and shit in the sky.
Yeah.
So that's kind of yeah. I've seen.
I know,
I've seen weird
just
shit
like, and
that.
it's just like what the. I don't know if I was with you or Chivo, but we saw something. We both kind of looked at each other and was just like, was that like because it was one light and then it split and then it went phew,
Yeah,
out,
it's crazy.
like, and it was just
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
kind of looked at each other and was like, did that really just happen?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so
There's some weird stuff out there.
There's definitely
the
weird shit
animal
out there.
noises are the worst.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
We heard
So,
some mountain lions
yeah,
screaming
when they
at
scream,
night.
it sounds like
Oh my
women are
God.
getting raped. So people, I remember the first time I heard that I was in El Capitan with my family. We had like family reunion out there, and we were just hanging out. Whatever you hear,
Yeah.
like something screaming like
Yep.
nasty, and everyone was like, "What the?" And every man that was there jumped on their feet like, "What the fuck is that?" Because all the men were like, "We're gonna go kill somebody. Somebody's fucking with the girl," you know. Like that's the way it came across, you know. And I remember realizing very quickly that like, leave my dog alone, you fucking asshole. Anyways, so we're like, holy shit, what the fuck was that? And it sounded like somebody was raping a woman.
Yeah.
It's
It gets
a
bad.
It's what it sound
scary, blood curling,
It's humanistic, visceral. I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? And I remember going, "Rah!" And it was like this weird, crazy scream. And some
Remember
guy,
we were all
yeah, some
the
random
flag?
person came up and goes, "Hey, you guys, don't trip. That's just a mountain lion." I was like, "What the fuck? Just a mountain lion?" Like, yeah, they're just trying to figure out like who's out there. And I was like, that sounds like somebody's raping a poor young lady. That's insane. It
was
sounded
bad.
really bad.
It was
It
bad.
sounded so much. It sounded so bad that as a human, without ever hearing it before, I felt like there's something in my soul going, "Oh,
It's
it's an awful
sound.
feeling.
We
It's
get
an
the
awful
hairs.
feeling."
Awful sound.
hair,
Awful.
the hairs up on.
We've
on your
heard
arms,
it
like-
not only
but
camping
at night. At night,
at
walking
night and about 7 miles from civilization. So
Exactly.
we were way out there. Awful sound.
What do you guys think about mountain lions?
Oh, they're worthless. Like, it sucks that. I mean, in the 80s, they voted them a protected animal,
Right.
so they're unable to be hunted, and so they're uncontrolled. they destroy the deer population and they kill pretty much anything that they want.
including
anything
humans.
or everything,
Including humans.
But but we got to remember that the human attacks are really rare, man. So
Yeah, but they're out there. Though. Did you see
they're
that
out
video
there.
of that guy
They're
who got
out there.
fucking rushed?
They are out there.
Oh yeah,
and you know what?
where
They
he's
have
walking backwards for
they truly have decimated our not only our deer population, our elk population, our turkey population, our rabbit
they're the
population,
ultimate.
everything. The ultimate predator.
Did you see that video? That guy that was getting rushed by one.
I think the mountain lion is above the lion, the leopard. I think they're the ultimate predator on
I don't
this
know
planet,
about
man.
that. I don't know about that.
Oh,
I'll tell,
yeah,
I'll
they
tell
are.
you why. Because in Africa, a lion in Africa. Now they're the ultimate predator in
America,
California,
or
America,
California.
for sure, 100%. Well, people don't realize. Okay, so let's touch on that.
But how much land how much land do they have compared to the land that the lion has?
I mean, they're
But
under
still-
and they're stressed either.
Well, people in California understand that. Like that. Here's the thing that peels my skin. By the way, just to put some shit out there to make fucking people upset for a second. I used to pay attention to this blog back in the day, and there was this. It was all like pro animal, right? I'm like, yeah, I love dogs. I love fucking cats. I'm allergic to cats, but I love them. I think they're cool animals. I can't hang out with them, but I think they're cool animals. I love birds. I love all this other shit that's really cool. But then this person on this blog was like, well, I love animals more than humans. And I was like, all right, you're missing me a little bit, just a little bit, but
Yeah.
let's see where it's going. And she's like, then she posted some shit saying, well, there's this fucking mountain lion who happened to kill somebody, and you know what? I love that mountain lion more than humans because human beings are disgusting and the mountain lion should be able to exist in the land. And I was like, you know what? Okay, that's where you lost me. Because what people don't understand about mountain lions is they are like about 2.5, 3 feet off the ground, their back. And they're about 3.5, 4 feet long. They're about 130 to 145 pounds. Now, if your animal, your house cat was that big and weighed that much, and your house cat said, fuck you, owner, you'd be like, fuck that cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people don't understand, like these cats are, it's literally a lion in the mountains. It's a scaled down lion, but they're called mountain lions for a reason. These things are fucking beast.
They're badass.
And they are the most alpha predator we have here.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, it's cool. Save the mountain lions. I'm like, fuck
Oh,
you.
they're pretty.
They are beautiful though. They are pretty. They are beautiful. They're
very
pretty.
beautiful.
But if you go to other states where they're a problem, they cull them, they manage them. You know, in a conservation perspective, they manage them. We don't manage them here. And these fucking animals. If you go, there's a documentary about mountain lions in North Hollywood that people don't know are in North Hollywood, just hanging out in the city.
yeah.
And people are like, I'm like, you understand that cat?
Griffin Park too?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a whole like Nat Geo fucking thing
Yeah.
where they
For
tracked
sure.
one.
By the way, I just want to let everyone know that Javi still has the best microphone in the house. I mean, he is so freaking comfortable
You're
right now. He
stupid.
has the best microphone.
Such an asshole.
That thing has more elbows than an octopus, man. That shit has more elbows than an octopus. Let me put it that way.
I'm here for a lot of hours for. I got to make sure I have the
My
right one,
neck
you know
is
what
sore, everybody.
I
My
can't.
neck
I
is
can't put
sore.
a microphone from there to there. I couldn't. I don't have the big enough desk, asshole.
My neck is sore.
I
I've been
touched
leaning forward
mine.
the whole time. Tomorrow,
Whatever.
my back is gonna. I'm gonna sleep like this tonight.
He's not gonna remember this shit tomorrow, you asshole.
I touched mine and I disconnected it, so I don't.
Yeah, I know you fucking asshole. No, but just grab it from below, for like your dick, right there. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, really?
From the
low.
base.
Well, actually, his dick's
From
a
the
little
base,
hot.
from
Yeah,
the base.
from the base, from the base.
Okay.
But so what I'm saying is that people give like mountain lions because they're beautiful animals, right? They are.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I'm fucking, how dare you hunt those? No, we should be hunting those. Those fucking
Yeah.
animals kill everything they get. And here's the thing about it. Here's the thing people don't understand. And I want people to really digest this. When a mountain lion kills you, he's not going to like try to kill you slowly.
No.
He's going to grab you. He's going to slice your neck. He's going to cut your face open. He's going to do all the
No,
horrible
it's gonna
things.
be a couple of seconds. That's
yeah,
it.
more than that.
You probably won't feel
more
it
than that. Yeah, you're not.
because the adrenaline is kicking in. Nope.
No. That mountain lion is gonna fucking slice you up
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
bad, and you're gonna
Real quick.
No, you're gonna before the adrenaline hits, you won't even know it's hitting you yet. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if a mountain lion is killing you, it's not because you know he's killing you. It's because that he wanted to kill you.
Yeah,
So
no.
if you're riding your bike on a trail, and a mountain lion gets you, you never
A
saw
mountain
him.
lion attacked Danny one time.
His booty hole.
No, yeah, but not till the end.
It was a cougar.
Because Danny, like
The cougar.
a cougar attacked Danny, and then he attacked his booty hole. and then the cougar attacked his booty hole, so it was a draw.
You're stupid. You're fucking dumb.
Turn his mic
So
off.
was it even?
I'm
So was it
gonna
even
turn this fool's
fight?
mic off already.
So it was an
Turn
even
his mic
fight.
off.
It was an even fight.
It was an even fight?
Yeah, it was an even fight. What do you want me to say? I'm not prejudiced.
So mountain lions. Here's the dumbest thing we've ever done with a mountain lion. We heard like cubs in a ravine,
Yeah.
and so we're all flashing our lights, looking for them, and then all of a sudden we see them, and they're clearly baby mountain lions. And then I came to the realization it's like me, George, Alex, and Lizard, and I was like, if they're there, the mom is someplace pretty close watching us, so let's not fuck with them.
Yeah, exactly. And the mom's already watching you. You just don't know where she's at.
Dude,
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
it's really bad, man.
yeah, you won't see them unless they want you to be.
Yeah, they understand what I'm doing. Well, okay, that video, that guy. I wish I had video going on right now because I could put it up on the screen. But the video, of that guy that walks into a lion, a mountain lion's mama, pretty much, and her cubs. Did you guys see that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh shit, that boy, you gotta give that guy balls of steel." Okay, first of all,
Well, he did everything right.
sure, except for having a gun.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but he's a fucking
here's the deal.
jogger. He was a mountain jogger.
Yes.
Like,
He had bells on
I
his
don't
ankle.
give a fuck. That's my point, though.
He had bells on his ankle.
This is my point. This is my point, though, is that people want to. All these people who are like, I'm gonna go hiking. I'm like,
Yeah, no.
you fucking moron. Stop it. Unless you're hiking with a gun or some kind of instrument that can save your life from these animals that are out there, stop it. Because all these people who are like, I'm going hiking. I'm like, I don't want to go
Not in
hiking.
the mountains.
but even
Not in the
if
mountains.
you don't even have to say hiking, there's a fucking mountain lion in Allens Park.
Yeah.
They have video of it. They have pictures of it.
That's the one I was talking about earlier.
There's also video of fucking the mountain lion over on Olive Street
By the zoo.
No, that one for like that. They saw that one for like 3 weeks. But Figueroa in Olive Street over by
Really?
the police station.
Really?
Jumping through
A
yards.
mountain lion?
Yes.
In Santa Barbara?
In Santa Barbara. You could. It was like on Ed Hat like a minute ago. But you could look that shit up. There's mountain lions in Santa Barbara City. So if there's at least 3.
And as soon as the mountain lion
Like-
kills some kid,
Oh,
and
it's all over.
and all
It's
the little
everywhere.
liberal weeds are gonna go, oh my god, see the mountain
But
lion,
they
fuck
can't.
humans.
And here's the
I can't
reason
deal with
why
that.
is because they
Don't blame it on
it's
Freddy
voted
Krueger.
in. So they added it on to another. So there was something that the people got to vote in back in the 80s. And that was added on to the fucking thing
Vote?
that they knew was
the
going to
bill?
pass. Yeah.
Really?
So that's why lion or mountain lion hunting is completely illegal in the state of California. So to be able to switch it, it has to take another vote like that to make it legal again, which will
And it's
never
hard.
happen
It's
in
hard. It
California.
won't ever
doing that?
happen.
Okay,
No.
So,
no,
but
it won't.
it was in the 80s.
No,
It's like
it
in 82, 83. They did
Yeah, it
that,
won't
and it was snuck in. And
I guess my point is, what are we doing though? Like when I log into a social media platform, no matter what it is, and someone's screaming, "How dare you kill this mountain lion for doing whatever?" The mountain lion is better than human life. Like, fuck off, dude. For me, it's always gonna be human life
But
first.
the problem with that is the social media platform is going against the hunter. They are they censor, they like the Instagram I mentioned earlier, they've they'll put that disclaimer
At the bottom. This disclaimer
what is it?
tag.
Sensitive
Material.
sensitive material, and it's him processing a fucking turkey.
Yeah, but it's so stupid though. Like what I'm saying is
so-
that turkey is different than a mountain. But what
No,
I'm saying is,
but the problem is the platform is still censoring it, and it's against so they'll let the anti-hunter keep going, and they'll just or delete the person's post
sure.
of it.
I just want people to understand that like people don't realize what I know. A lot of hunters in my life. I'm not one of them. I'm gonna be one of them. I feel like I need to get in that shit in my life now. After 20 some odd years to just do it, you know what I mean? But because I grew up that way. But I think people will really chastise hunters, you know? And there's a reason for that. There's a reason because there's like trophy hunters, right? Like people who go out
Yeah.
and they'll kill like Trump's son, right? with a fucking elephant or whatever and shit like that.
Yeah,
like that's not the kind of hunter that I think of when I grew up with hunters. you
Yeah.
know? We're not those rich. That is what we were talking about earlier when it comes to like the royals and the kings and the elites.
That takes a lot of money, and we don't have a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But here's the thing. I think I know where you're coming from. I know what you're saying. I think for me, it's pretty disrespectful to all their hunters. Personally, I don't like it. I would never trophy hunt like that. I would never go and kill a zebra, a giraffe, or elephant, or a lion. I think that's an easy way out for people to hunt and take a picture to put it on social media. But unfortunately, for them, it's legal.
Yeah.
And you can't do
You got the
anything
money,
about
you
it
can
when
do it.
you
But
have the money, you can do it.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because the money that they spent goes back into their safari or their
Conservation.
conversation, that they have there, their parks that they put aside. Also, they're not allowed to bring any of that meat back. So all that meat goes to villages in the area. But it's still, I mean, you're taking out one of these, you know,
majestic creatures, man.
It's pretty much what we called, like I referenced before, a canned hunt.
Right.
Where, you know, they know these animals come here at this time every day. So he just has to show up with the gun and finish the, you know. So there's no work in it, really. But, I mean, like I said, the community, or not even the community, that country benefits from it.
No,
Right.
for sure. Not only the village.
But
The village it's community, but not just it's all the people around there who don't have money.
Yeah.
Get meat and they get all that stuff from it.
And they get all the kills.
But
Hear that too.
still,
But
just
is
to
it
take
really
a
worth
picture.
it?
Yeah, all they're doing is taking a. They just shot, like, fuck. You could go outside and if you see a fucking coyote, you shoot it and take a picture. Like, that's
Yeah,
you know,
It's all for,
you know,
what do the kids say nowadays? Clout?
clout. Yeah, exactly.
It's all for clout, bro. It's all
but
for
Dad
clout.
brings a good point though, because a lot of people don't realize it, and I'm glad you brought that up. Is that like even those hunts are donating millions of dollars?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
Conservation.
cheap. They're not cheap. man.
Conservation is bigger than people think. Like it's way bigger than people think. And people don't know what conservation really means.
No.
Or how it quantifies into like a number of like of how much does hunting actually help out people.
They're
You know what I
taking
mean?
away a lot of our lands, man. A lot.
So I downloaded some stats and I wanted to talk about those when it comes to conservation. And I think it's really important. You know what I mean? I wanted to read these out because I'm tired of people kind of persecuting hunters just because they're killing animals. You know what I mean? Almost everybody who's alive today, just about everybody, has had some level of protein in their body that is animal. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this shit out. It's crazy, right? In 1907, only 41,000 elk remained in North America. Thanks to money and hard work invested by hunters to restore and conserve habitat today, there are more than 1 million elk. So if you look at that, in 100 years, 113, 14 years, 41,000 elk were here in America. And because we were harvesting animals at a rate that was ridiculous. We had what was called market hunting, right?
Yeah.
So pelts, all that shit, right? Basically,
for
back
sure.
then,
Even the hoofs.
yes, back then gold was the hoofs and pelts, right?
Yeah.
So we said hunters. Here's the thing: people don't understand. It was not just us as Americans, but hunters in America said, "We're gonna stop this shit because we have to preserve animals for the next generation, or not, they're gonna go extinct."
Yep.
It was hunters who said that. Here's something else I want to this is 1907 when that happened. In 1937, there was a Pittman-Robertson Act, right? This was passed. Hunters voluntarily imposed a tax on themselves, and they said, we want to ensure a portion of our sale of firearm and ammunition would expressly dedicated to managing the wildlife and trusting to the public. So hunters on their own in 1907 asked the public to say, give us a tax on us because we want to make sure that we preserve animals going forward.
Yeah.
And that's still to this day.
It's still going on to this day.
We're still, Danny and I are still really cautious hunters and know what we should take and know what we shouldn't. And we encourage everybody to do the same, not to overtake what's out there.
It's still going on to this day, man. This is 100 years ago
Yeah.
when this happened, right? It's still going on to this day, right? These are some crazy stats that I pulled up that I thought were pretty cool, right? In 1900, only 100,000 wild turkeys remained. 100,000, not very many.
No.
If you had to do that today for Thanksgiving, those
Be
motherfuckers are gone.
They're gone.
Right? Thanks to hunters today, there are more than 6 million
Wow.
wild turkeys.
And if you've ever seen a wild turkey, I feel like they act like a teenage kid. They'll walk across the street and just stare at you and slowly cross, and you're just honking your horn, and they just look at you like, "Fuck you gonna do?
Yeah, what the fuck are you
Go
gonna do?
ahead, hit
Yeah.
me."
They don't care.
No,
Because they're
not
cool.
at all.
Like, this
but
fool's
they
not gonna
almost
shoot
look
me,
like,
you
they
know?
look like they're almost like that. You can see where dinosaurs.
Leave my dog alone, you asshole. I'm gonna fuck both of you up right now, dog.
He loves Ruben. Look at this. He got that move.
He's out of protect.
Get
Ruben must smell like
get the
fish.
blanket.
It says Ruben came over here. He didn't take a shower last night.
Get
Fool.
the blanket.
It's supposed to smell like salmon and shit. You know what I mean?
I'll get the blanket.
He's like this fool smells like salmon. Fool. I'm so over here.
He's either protecting me or stalking me.
Hey, leave my dog alone, you asshole. All right.
But anyway, like I was saying, you can almost see where fucking
Fuck you,
dinosaurs and the birds, switch right there with the turkeys.
Oh yeah, well dinosaurs are fucking birds are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Man. It's fucking
But
reptiles.
you look at the wild turkeys, you can,
you can see it. You can see it.
you can see it.
All right, here's another crazy thing. Through state licenses and fees, hunters pay $896 million a year for conservation programs. It's almost $1 billion a year
Yeah.
just in conservation programs.
Yes, sir.
That's insane.
Yeah, you know what? I guess unfortunately I haven't seen anything come our way because we have the same bathrooms, the same trash program. We have
Our campsites suck.
campsites.
There's
suck.
our deer.
They're renting our
management
campsites
sucks.
out. It's put it this way: I put in my money every year, and I don't know where it goes.
But yeah, for sure. But it's all over the place, man.
Yeah.
So here's some numbers for that. So I want to read off some random interesting facts, some more, right? Because I think these are cool things that people should hear.
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
I think people don't realize how big hunting is, you know? So hunters boost the economy. Leave my dog alone, you fucking assholes.
No.
I'm going to fuck both. I'm going to stab both of you right now. Hold on. All right, here we go. Hunters boost the economy by $55.4 billion annually. Hunters, anglers, and recreational shooters combined to spend $93.7 billion annually. So hunters alone are $55 billion, half of the entire bill of hunters, fishers, and anglers.
Good Lord.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
You would think
lot
we would
of
have some kind of say, but
And you know what
we
they
have
do is they
none.
take away our lands little by little every year.
Right? It's crazy. Here we go. Hunting supports 854,000 jobs a year, from game wardens to waitresses to biologists to motel clerks. And here's a good one, the one I'm really excited about. Female participation in hunting, 3.92 million, is on the rise, thanks to a 59% increase from 2010 to 2019.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a big increase.
That's a big increase, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a huge increase. It's awesome that women are getting into hunting. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the most, what I would say is the most enlightening stat so far that I found. More people hunt 18.1 million each year than play golf, 17.9 million or play soccer, 14.2 million or play tennis, 12.2 million or play baseball, 12.2 million.
Wow.
More people hunt than every one of those sports.
You know, that's awesome. Makes me feel a certain way. All crazy. Be careful.
now he's all horny.
No,
He's all horny. Settle down, bro.
You know what? No, it's sort of inspiring because, man, like I said, I've been doing this my whole life, and it's such a beautiful thing to get out there and to really enjoy nature, man. We're so lucky to be out here in California that even I take it for granted sometimes, man. It's so close. Everything is so close, and in reality, everything is almost free. It doesn't cost that much to go camping. You don't need that much. You need a sleeping bag and a tent.
no, you need
some
more than
food.
that.
Well, you need a good gun, a good scope. Well, you got hours of
That's
practice.
for hunting, not for camping.
Well,
because
no,
here's
yeah,
the
you're
thing:
right,
is
you're right,
because
you're
is because
I
there's
like
state,
I like
there's
to be
state-
comfortable
there's
camping,
state,
so I
there's
need a lot
state
of more.
beaches. There's state beaches you can go camping on, right? There's beaches you can go camping on. Don't forget about that. There's really cheap means to go out and enjoy yourself for sure, and your kids.
Sure.
And when the next pandemic hits, you can go harvest a
Definitely. True. He's not lying.
A duck.
Sure.
A duck.
I'd go harvest a fucking crocodile in the backyard for shit, dog.
For mono.
Yeah, exactly.
For mono.
We used to put them out of the motherfucker with bubble gums on a string, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Shotgun shells.
Yeah, pull them out of the motherfuckers real quick. So you're right. Those fucking animals are dumb, dude.
Yes and no.
They're mentally dumb. They're instinctually very smart. Is the way I'll say it, you know? Instinctually, you know? Like if you smell some shit that don't smell right, they know what's going on.
Yeah.
But if you like put a fucking a steak in front of their face, in front of a bear's face, that fool's gonna eat it. You know what I mean? They're instinctually geniuses, but they're intellectually very dumb.
Yeah, like the stupid ass blue jays.
Oh,
Soon as
scrub
you get
jays.
Scrub jays. As soon as you get into the forest, they start squawking.
They all work, and
they just let everybody know.
It's crazy, man. It's like a concert out there with them.
And
It's
they
like
know
as soon as one starts, when you're walking through that forest, the second one starts and it just goes down the chain. They all warn each other, man.
It's them alerting everybody that there's people in the forest.
Yeah, and if you've been out there,
but that's their job, though. That's their nature job, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but it's crazy is like, I mean, how they communicate with other animals.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not just telling other birds; they're telling everybody. Like, hey, it's on. Like
that's their job.
Time to go hide.
Oh yeah,
like time to go hide.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious.
I could see that.
Yeah.
So, conservation, hunting, fishing. If I was a new fisher, for instance, what would I need to bring to the table to be a new fisher?
Well, it depends what type of fishing you want to do. If you're going to do, first things first is you want to get a license if you're going to fish either at a lake or on the shore.
If you're an adult, if you're over 18.
Over 16.
Over 16.
Over 16.
16 and over.
And I suggest as soon as you get it over 16, you get your salt water and your fresh water.
You get both of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well.
With that, you just want to get your rod and pole, depending on what kind of fish you're going to be targeting. There's different kinds of weight.
Not only weight, but just different type of fish you want to target. Like there may be days you want to go target some trout, so you go fish at the lake. Or there might be days you want to go target perch or mackerel, so you go fish at the harbor. I think it all depends. There's a lot of species you can target. There's certain species you can target, and you'll catch a lot of other species. So you just gotta do your homework. Do your homework.
Yeah, that's true, and be ready to have the right gear you need for each one of those.
Yeah,
like if I'm fishing mackerel, perch, halibut, it might be one rig. If I'm fishing a little bit deeper,
I think that as far as shore fishing and lake fishing on the shore, you can pretty much fish with the same rigs.
I would call it inshore fishing.
Inshore fishing. So you can fish with the same rigs as far as the difference between saltwater and freshwater.
As long as you wash off that shit when it comes out of the
yeah,
salt, you know what I mean?
yeah, because it'll smell like Fuji.
Well, people don't realize like when you're out there, you're fishing or whatever, like the smell stays with the reel.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Clean it
Actually,
off.
I have two different ones. So I
always make Danny take a shower before we come back from Kachuma.
Hey, these fools are broke. Hey, put some of the drink in there, fool.
What?
These
I
fools
know.
are broke.
He's been choasting an empty glass for like the
Mine's all
last...
empty.
For those of you who are listening, Danny and Alex, they hunt a lot and they're together a lot, even fishing a lot. I've fished with them a couple of times, but these fools, man, they're broke back hardcore, dog.
We are.
And you already know who the mountain wife is.
Who's the mountain wife? I want to know who's the mountain wife.
You already know. So.
You're stupid.
But for fishing,
He's a Raider fan. You guys already know who the mountain wife is.
He is I second that emotion. Fuck the Raiders.
Okay. Bronco fan and Niner fan
fucking
both
haters.
suck. So let's keep talking.
Fucking the mountain wife over here. The kid's getting mad. See? Now he's getting
That's what
mad.
happens when they don't win championships, bro. That's what happens when they don't win championships.
Now he's getting mad.
Okay.
All right. But anyway, so we've been talking about a lot of stuff about hunting, conservation, fishing, all those things that I think people don't typically grasp onto because they've never been a part of it, right? So we've also been potentially talking about starting a group that will bring kids, both young boys and young girls.
Yes.
I think we talked about starting fishing first and then hunting.
Yeah. No. Not only even just fishing. I think that it would be I think it would be really good to bring kids out that don't have something to do on the summer days. Maybe we set up a week where we can take them out, or maybe we can do a camping trip with their parents involved. We all camp together.
Yeah,
sort of hang out.
That would be cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I guess we don't know what it is yet, but we've been playing with ideas.
Yeah.
But it would be cool. I think the idea behind it is to get kids out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And to get them in the woods or the lake.
In the woods.
Yeah.
No heads in the woods.
Or the beach. No. What I'm saying is get them to the beach, the lakes, the woods, or whatever, so that we can fish, hunt, whatever it is. I think hunting would be probably secondary, but I think for initially.
Yeah, Javi, I think you really have a awesome freaking podcast that's awesome, that has a big outreach to people. And if it has a big outreach to people like that, I want them to know that there's options for their kids. I got a lot of people, well, I don't know how to fish. I don't know how to hunt. Well, you don't know how to do anything. Everything's a beginner's thing, right? You always have to have a first time for everything. So have that first time with the outdoors and then just build on that with your kids, because I think that hunting and fishing with our new generation has really declined. And it has to keep going,
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Teaching, I think teaching this next generation like life skills is super important
for sure.
And I think we're kind of leaving that behind, to be honest.
We are.
Even me myself as a father, like I think how many times I take my kids hunting and fishing? Fuck, not nearly as much as I should have.
Well, look, you grew up hunting and fishing. How much does your son know? Does he know how to
hardly
set up a tent?
Bro. Hardly any.
Can he start a fire?
He could set up a tent. He could start a fire, but he's not gonna go. He doesn't know how to No, he knows more than I thought. Actually, now that I think about it, but still, he's done it from an impractical perspective where I was doing it as a kid.
Yeah.
So I think the important thing is having your kids out there really doing it hands on, right? Like knowing how to do this. I put my hands on this thing. Like I started this fire because I know that it takes a small tinder to go from this to that to a fire. I know that to set up a tent, I got to put poles in place.
Yeah.
I got to make sure it's not going to fly away while I'm eating dinner, right? Like simple things, right?
But people don't know that stuff.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
They think it's all
that,
simple.
Yeah. And it is. It's common sense. But, and I'm going to say this as humbly as I possibly can, common sense isn't very common these days.
No, it isn't.
You know what I mean? So
and I'll tell you another thing. Sometimes we may think we know everything, but all of a sudden someone comes in and it's a lot easier than what we knew before, right? So I think the good thing about hunting and fishing that it's taught us is that when we meet different people and we're open to different ideas, and we're all out there for the same reason. When we meet other hunters, man, I've met a lot of hunters. Let me tell you that. A lot of hunters from all over this place.
You know what the one common thing they have? They all smoke weed. Cover up their smell. I
have to agree to that.
Hey, you sit down, smoke a bowl on top of a fucking mountain. Nothing better than that.
They're all a bunch of stoners, pretty much. Huh?
Yeah,
all the time.
So they're basically hippies that get hated on for not being hippies.
Oh, I've come across a couple of fields.
Yeah, there's
when I was in Ojai. Oh yeah, nice when I came across.
These theses are dope.
Oh yeah, I like them.
Told you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
they're all stoners.
And I think at the end of the day, people that come into this space, they don't look at it from a perspective of being like evil or angry or mean or trying to kill things, and they're looking like, hey, no, like this is a part of being a human. It's visceral. It's naturistic. It's all the things that come along with being a human. Like at the end of the day, like we have to really look at things for what they are. You know what I mean?
In some families, it's a rite of passage.
And you know, I'm glad you said that.
From his ancestors, you know.
Like it's
Fucking Spanish conquered
Yeah.
everybody. Huh?
They killed
This was
horses.
Spanish. For his name's
They
De La Guerra. Fool.
They ate horses.
They
horses.
Indians. Fool. What are you talking about?
They
No,
ate
but-
Indians.
but
They did.
seriously,
I'm not
like-
kidding. The Spanish fucking murdered us. Are you kidding me? See, this was black. I'm
I know.
semi-black, so
See,
we're cool.
and I'm Spanish.
that's messed up.
Spanish asshole.
No, you're not only Spanish. You're not only Spanish.
No, I'm
He's
10th
not only
generation Santa Barbara.
He's not only Spanish. He's the main reason Santa Barbara happened.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Yeah, my family.
So I've always known that my family, there's a huge Chumash background in my family. We've talked about it generation after generation, but when the casino came out and all that shit came out, we stopped talking about it. Kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't want. Like,
Get that casino check.
No. I don't want to come into that
We'd all
perspective.
be recording Mexico right now.
Hey, fool, we can hear you on the mic,
Oh,
stupid.
sorry.
So what I was saying is that like I've never been interested in that thing when I found out about this, right? I've known this my entire life. But I've been researching like my family history. And it goes back to 1854 in Santa Barbara in the Mission. My great grandmother, my great grandfather got married. Ed's great got married. And her name was Mikula because she had an Indian name.
Mikula.
Mikula for like exactly. She had an Indian
Why are you
name.
hitting me? I'm just.
No. For, it's funny. No.
Great grandmother.
No,
I'm not even hunting right now.
My family talks shit about the name too because it's
I'm
fucking
not even
funny.
hunting right now.
It's funny. No, it's funny because like we're like Mikula because it was like Mikula, which is like a totally
fucked
Native
up.
American name. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in America today, like if you are Native American, you find out about it. Now there's all these casinos and money type. I've been like, I just want to learn
Yeah.
more about my culture, but I feel like I couldn't learn more about my culture because I feel like I would be judged if I was like, hey.
So what's your heritage, Javi?
So I am Native American for sure, Chumash, Santa Barbara Native.
You know for sure?
100%. Like it goes through generations. On my mother's side, my grandfather on my mother's side was born in Pénjamo, Guanajuato, City de Momias.
On Pénjamo.
Pénjamo.
For sure.
And her mom, my grandmother, was basically Native American. On my dad's side, basically Totolan, Guadalajara, which is right outside of
Both
Jalisco.
your parents are straight Mexico.
Yes, pretty much. Well, both my
So
parents.
you're first generation out here.
I'm first generation now. No, my mom is Native American for many generations,
Oh, so she was born here.
and her father was
but
first
your dad
generation.
was born over there.
Yes.
That's the same thing with me. My dad was
Yes.
born over there, and my mom was born here. But my grandfather was born over there, and my grandmother was born
You want to know
here.
what's crazy? So the Floridas, Ernie, all of us come from Tototlan. That's where
Yeah.
that's where Ernie's
I know.
at now.
I know.
So we're all from the same fucking city in Mexico. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, my Native American heritage here, we're discovering it. But now I look back, I'm like, I don't want to go to the Chumash now to have a casino and be like, oh, I'm Indian now. You know what I mean?
Get it.
'Cause they would be like,
Get it.
I would.
Get
at
it.
Least, at least invite us.
I would
to go
never.
spend a day.
I'll get it on your behalf.
Bro, I'll wear a feather on my head.
I see. Here's the thing. I would never ever want any. I wouldn't want to dime from it. But I would really respect and love and care about is if one of them said, "Hey, let me teach you about your culture."
Yeah.
That would be more important to
get
me
it.
than any money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I feel like after talking to a few people, like that'll never happen.
Have you studied where you come from?
You already said all
Yeah.
that.
No.
No, he did, but a little bit.
Yeah, I've looked into it for sure, and there's a lot of. Here's the deal. When I moved out of Santa Barbara, I heard Oxnard. A lot of homies I grew up with were like, "This fool's a ranker fool. He's not from here anymore. He's not a brutero anymore." I'm like, fool. My family's literally from there. Like, there's people in
Yeah.
the mission that are buried there with my blood. Like, fucking, I am a fucking local. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm moving out here to buy property and to do good for my family. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know?
This guy too. Like this guy has a
Nah, he's a
deep
fucking
roots here.
colonizer.
No.
No, just as great grandpa was.
I'm just kidding. Nah. Here's the deal.
Yeah, no, he came from
No problem with that.
Spain to Mexico and then worked his way up.
He's
the-
in the Spanish books.
yeah, he became the commandant of the Presidio and
It's Santa Barbara, right?
Yeah, I'm a direct descendant of his eldest son.
That's dope. Yeah.
Like, so you can go straight down that line, and that's where we're from.
I found out on my mom's side, I had a direct descent.
chingon, man.
I found out on my mom's side, I had direct descendants of all the Spanish guys too. So I have a lot of Spanish. So in me, there's a lot of Spanish and a lot of Native American, but there is definitely a lot of Spanish. Even in my Mexico side, my cousins are all like blonde hair, not blonde hair, but they're light haired, green eyed.
Bro, there's a lot of Spanish in all of us.
Yeah, dude. I have some Spanish. So even there and here, in Santa Barbara, my family there from the Native American part of it, even there have a split off that like Soto Avenue in LA and all that shit, all those big streets and shit out there are named after like my historical like bloodline. You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of like shit in there. It was like, oh, my family was like, people started sending me shit like, oh, here's our family. I was like, damn.
My grandfather, blue eyes.
Yeah. My grandfather had green eyes.
Blue eyes.
My grandfather had green eyes.
Blue eyes like that. Like I was like, what? And then my sister got colored eyes. My dad has colored eyes.
You see my sister.
And you're dark as midnight.
Yeah, I know. and then me, I didn't win the lottery.
Hey, this fool.
My sisters have what, green and
like, and then you by yourself, you're the outcast.
Yeah,
See, you guys got the shit, huh? I got the shit too. That comes
My uncles have like they're dark as shit and have like blue eyes. I was like, what the fuck? Like if I had blue eyes. Oh man.
My grandfather on my dad's side, green eyes, bro.
Right?
Like,
my dad has colored eyes. They change color with what he wears. I was like, man.
Yeah, my grandfather on my dad's side, hazel greenish eyes, but super bonito, you know what I mean? Like, and he was somebody in Mexico where he came from. There's a whole story about that. I'm gonna talk about that. I don't want to kill it on this podcast, but I'm having my dad come on. We'll talk about that shit. There's like corridos. There's corridos named after my grandparents, dude.
Nice.
It's crazy shit. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. And I didn't know any of this until recently. Well, you guys
right? It's
not after mine. Not after mine.
Hey, it's funny is like as you get older in a Mexican family, like you learn all the fucking family secrets.
All the shit. Yeah.
Oh,
You're just like,
man,
wait a minute,
I've
like,
learned a lot. I've learned a lot.
like that's why he don't come around no more. Like, he slept
I've
with
learned a
him and
lot.
her. Like, like what the
and
fuck?
they're cousins.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, there's a lot of cousins. There's a lot of cousins fucking in Mexico families.
Cousins.
There's
as
a lot
long
of
as you don't
cousins
get
fucking.
pregnant, you're good to go.
Hey, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of cousins fucking in Mexican families, bro.
But let me tell you something before we go on. I'm going to church tomorrow.
We went from honey to cousin fucking. We went from honey to cousin fucking.
Let me let everybody know that I go to church every Sunday from 9:30 to 10:30.
And he's blacker than midnight.
Yeah, I am. I'm pretty dark.
His name Black Alex.
Yeah, I know. My name's Alejandro.
My kids know him as Black Alex.
I know.
Hey, this is the Hashing Out with Javi After Dark podcast.
And we're gonna be family by proxy.
Fuck.
My son's dating his cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And we just found out like 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Hey, give him condoms. All right, let's move on. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
That won't work. Not nowadays.
Hey, at least you're pragmatic. It's not gonna work, right? It's not gonna work. Fucking, you're right. At least you're pragmatic. See, us men are pragmatic about shit. You know what I mean? Like we know, like it's not gonna work. It is what it is, right? You're like, it is what it is.
Live up to that shit. You know? Shit.
Hey, this is really.
We went way off topic.
No, but it's okay though because we're a bunch of friends who know each other for like 25 plus years.
A long time, man. A long time.
And it's okay to have these kind of conversations.
Can I tell the story when I saw you two fight?
Yeah, when he beat my ass.
When
you guys
he
got into a fight?
DDT'd you
he beat me up in a freshman year, man.
Yeah, behind
Really?
the on the side of the baseball.
Because I was being a tough guy in football.
So so they scrapped over there by the
start
pool.
from the beginning.
So they're scrapping.
Start from
All
the
right,
beginning.
put my business out there. When Javi got his ass beat in freshman year.
No, it's okay.
By
It's
Ruben,
okay. I
who's-
love Ruben. It's okay. We
And
make
so they were like talking shit, and so Ruben's like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah.
And so they went by the side of the pool, right? Like where the
the pool
where
side of our high school?
where the weight room is. You
Hey.
know where the weight room is by the
Hey,
pool.
no, you know where the corner of the pool is? Right there where you goes down the hill to.
And for some reason,
yeah.
I remember this so vividly.
On the backside.
Yeah,
where
there's
we
certain-
laid down where the cops chased us.
Yes, well, yes. Where you go down the hill to play baseball? The baseball. So there's the pool, the corner. There's a big ass tree right there.
Do you remember when we laid on there when the cops were chasing
Yes,
us and
I
we
do
parked
remember
your
that.
little car up on the top?
Oh my god, you remember that shit?
So
He got crushed by the
they
cops.
start scrapping, and for some reason, Javier decides to like
I try to
Ruben.
rush him.
Tries to tackle him, and Ruben just DDTs him into the fucking wall behind him, and Javi just drops. And I'm like, hey, you okay? And Javi rolls over and he's all googly eyed.
It's like a knockdown
And that was the end of the fight. And then after that, they were best friends.
Nah, we were
That
cool.
was the funniest.
We were friends.
Yeah.
Hey, here's how men handle shit though. When we're young,
Yeah,
we got
you
upset at
scrapped.
each other. We fought. He beat my ass.
No guns,
And we
no
got over,
nothing.
Yeah, nothing. And we got over it, and I was like, all right, cool, we're friends again. Let's move
But
on.
yeah, it was like
I don't know. I don't know why you step back and like try to rush me.
Yeah,
and
but
trip.
because rushing was
you
my
tripped. You tripped.
I
He
tripped.
was hungry.
fell. You know what it was? There was a root on the ground. I never thought it was yesterday. I remember. Hey, you know what's
Like I
crazy?
said, I
We
vividly
were
remember-
13 years old, and I remember like it was yesterday.
No, and
you know how
I
many
vividly
years that
remember
was?
him
Hey,
just grabbing
yes.
your
I'm
neck
su-
and
I'm
just
surprised
falling
he
down.
even fell back
How
and wall.
How many years was that?
dropped.
I'm
Look.
surprised he even remembers it because he fucking cracked his own head.
I cracked my head,
Took
yes.
the dub. And he's like, yeah.
On the
I got this.
I got
on the
this shit.
concrete. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
dude.
I was like-
you fell. You
And
fell
you
into
could
my
have just grabbed him
underarm.
like this.
I tried to rush him.
But you
Fucking daddy,
like
bringing
a-
up
like a
old
mat-
shit.
Like a mat.
You
like a
cracked your own
matador.
head.
He
You
just
cracked your own
he
head.
said,
Olay. And
he said Olay and boop.
Hey,
And Javi
what's
tackled the
crazy
ball.
is there
And that
was
was
a
it.
root that
I
caught my
didn't do
shoe.
anything.
Well, I still had my cleats on. We just we
Literally
literally
just
just finished
finished practice.
We're gonna
Yeah.
go fight because that back then. Remember
won,
when?
though.
Hey,
see, he's taking the dub.
hey, fuck you, Ruben.
taking the dub.
Hey, you know what's funny though is remember when Jacob beat up Armando?
Yeah, 'cause you know what that was about? He said, hey, how about those Raiders? And he said, how about beating your mom?
Yeah.
And then fucking Mondo got all butthurt
No.
and went over there.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
then boom, 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 boom. And got fucking, and the thing was he stood in front of the bench, so he fell back behind the bench and was wedged in between the bench and the
was?
locker room.
Yes, and Jacob unleashed on him.
like a bee. And Jacob was like,
So we were lined up, right? And so I was Mondo's right guard, right? So I was on the line, and it started over like me and Mondo talking shit. I was like, "Hey, fool," blah blah blah. Mondo's like, "Fuck the Raiders." We were literally in practice, like literally in a hut, like literally not on the huddle, but like everyone's down, get ready to go, right? So I'm on the offensive side, Jacob's on the defense side. Jacob's my homeboy, right? And Jacob goes, hey, you know what? Fuck the Niners, like talking shit. And Mondo goes, fuck you and fuck the Raiders too. And he made it personal. And you know Jacob's no joke. Jacob goes, all right, cool. So we go back to the locker room after we're done. That's all it took. And after practice, we're going to go back to the office. So we go back to the fucking locker room.
and he says it
We're taking
again.
off shit. By the way, Jacob looked at me like in a way that was like, I'm going to fuck this fool up. But I didn't think he was serious. I thought he was kind of like, that's cool. He said, no, fuck that guy. I said, all right, cool. So we go back. I wasn't think he was going to fucking rush him. So we go back. Everyone's taking off their pads or whatever, their helmets, right? We're all getting undressed or whatever. It smells like bata and that stuff. I can still smell that fucking locker room.
So
It smells like
nasty.
old feet, bro. So, because all the fucking sweat from all the helmets and all that shit, bro.
In the varsity locker
Oh
room
my
was so
God,
much
bro.
better.
It's so disgusting, bro. So then I look over and Jacob goes, "What's up?" Jacob ran to the room, took his shit off as quick as he could. Still in cleats. He goes, "What's up?" Mondo goes, "Well, what's up?" Jacob rushes him. Bah, 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 bah. Mondo folded between the thing and just started fucking up. And I was like, "Whoa, yo, what are you doing? Like, fucking calm down, bro." Old school shit, dude. Fucking lit him up real quick.
And then everyone played together the next week.
And we just hung out the
Yeah.
next week, yeah. Because that's
Hell
what
yeah.
you did.
That's
you know
what
what I
you
mean?
did.
That's what you did. You know, we were on the same team the next week, you know?
Yeah,
This guy beat my ass freshman year, bro. Fucking, I went into a tree like a
No, you
dumbass.
didn't. He just ran into the wall.
I just
literally
No,
held
you know what?
held you and
I rushed him thinking I was
guided you
cool,
to
you
your
know what I mean?
destiny. Like,
Yeah,
He guided me. That shit was
You were
funny,
there?
though.
yeah.
Yes, he was there.
I was there.
All the
That's
freshman
why I
football team.
vividly remember what happened.
He's the one who brought it
A
up.
lot of fights, man.
He's the asshole who brought it up.
Yeah.
He was there. He was like Joe Rogan back in the day. He was there for everything, bro.
I remember when Cooper and Calderon scrapped right there,
that.
right behind the
that
back.
too.
That was a good stand-up.
That was good scrap.
They
yeah.
scrapped. They
Hey,
stood up.
guess
and
what?
just
Two white guys were streaming them.
What was Calderon's first name?
Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
Oh
Calderon.
yeah.
Hey, those white boys. People like to hate on white people,
went
man.
at it.
They
Those white
scrapped.
boys, they scrapped good, bro. They went on for a good minute.
The best fight I
Who won
saw.
that one?
It was the tie.
Yeah, it was a good tie.
They stood toe to toe.
They
They
toe-to-toe.
just banged. I thought fucking Calderon was way smaller than Cooper at that time.
Big
And I
nose
thought he was-
Cooper.
Hey,
yeah, big nose
The
Cooper.
podcast is
Look.
going, what the fuck? How do we go from fishing to fighting? Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
High school fights?
Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I
We're-
remember Big Nose Cooper. He played soccer.
Yes, exactly. We're going to transition from fishing and hunting and all that stuff, and we're going to take it to high school fights. But it's cool, though, because as people don't understand how far we go back, though. We go back that far. Like this,
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to my homeboy right now who I love, respect, and care about, who beat my ass at one point. You know what I mean? But that's what. But here's the deal: like you should be able to get your ass beat and go, all right.
Oh, why not?
Why not? You know what? Fucking, it happened. You know what I mean? Fucking. This dude-
There's also
all
a
right,
certain
all right,
thing
this
too.
is what we're gonna do.
There's also a certain thing when you're bigger than a motherfucker, like way bigger than some dude. You know, punch him twice in the face and get away from him. You're too big for him. Even when you know jujitsu, and you're about to fuck up some dude, like just do one hold on him, not two holds on him. You know?
Right.
So,
yeah.
hey, so
Like, be
we're
respect-
gonna
be
go around.
respectful.
It's all respect. It's all respect. Like,
Be
hey,
respectful.
I learned, but you also learn from getting your ass whooped. Like this guy Thompson, I was like, hey, I thought I was tough.
Yeah.
And shit. You know what I mean? Fucking, hey, guess what? I'm tough, but I fucking this guy.
Well,
made me
look
feel
at
down
Danny.
for that, you know what I mean?
Danny's a black belt jiu-jitsu.
Oh, 10 years
right?
of
10
service.
years plus.
Yeah.
But he doesn't go around acting all crazy. Like he's not booting out other fishermen.
Exactly. He's like, hey, fool, fuck your pole. homie. He's like,
He's
get
like, you know
out of
what?
my
You're
sight.
using the wrong hook. You're using the wrong hook.
Hey, fool, that's not the right lure, puto.
Right? You know what I'm saying? No,
you're right,
he's
you're
a
right.
really humble black belt.
No, you
right?
learn it. You learn from.
Like I wish I
all
could
those
just
things.
take my kids to him.
Yeah, you become humble, man. Learning, being
but
humble is a thing, man.
That's just because you know that you can fuck people up, though.
Yeah, he's badass.
Well, that's why, right? You know, like if I were to grab you by your neck, you would know how to grab my shoulder or my fucking arm or whatever.
Bro, he'll
Twist
grab
me
you by
up.
the chi-chi and make you tap out.
I might like it, homie.
Dude, this guy can grab you by like the nose hair and make you tap out.
Nose hair.
He's badass, fool.
No,
He's
no, no,
badass.
I don't
Oh, he
doubt
is.
it. 10 years?
He's badass.
10 years?
He's badass.
He's
Yeah.
a black belt under Barcy Gracie, right?
No.
Or-
Paragon.
Paragon.
Under Frangia.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still training.
He'll
It's
fucking-
almost 13 years,
He'll
but
twist your
still
eyebrow
insane.
around
Yeah.
and make you tap out.
10
you know
years.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's badass.
That's why I carry guns, bro.
That's what I was like.
Fuck guys like Danny. I'm
that's
gonna
what I was
shoot
like-
that fool, dog.
That's what I was like. Hey, let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go hunting together.
That's why I carry guns, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if we're hunting together, I got a 9 on my hip. Fuck this guy. You know what
Oh,
I
me
mean?
too. He's like, dude, let's go hunting. I said, okay. I don't have to take my gun. No, you're good. You have your hands? Yeah, I'm good. All right, cool. You're not wearing gloves? No, okay, we're good. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. My lady's like, are you going with Danny? Yeah, I am. Okay, you don't have to call me till like 4 days. Okay, cool.
Felt safe.
Dude,
Oh,
we-
for sure. Dude, this dude's a shit, man. He taught my sister a couple of takedowns.
Hey, we grew up in wild times, though, bro. Different times.
Different
yeah.
times.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, man.
Times, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
we're-
like, people don't realize how much, like,
Oh, it's so different in high school.
It's different.
Man,
Not only
I
different
was-
in high school,
you
but
know what?
different right now.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The one fight I had was because some guy tried to get us in trouble. He told Lanning we were making fun of him in
Lanning.
wood class, right? And
My
so-
favorite teacher, by the way,
Hey,
one
your
of them.
dog's chewing on my fucking foot. What the?
Mugs, get out of there. I'm going to kick him out of here right now.
He chewed on my foot, like really chewed on my toe.
Okay, start the story. I'm going to take him out of there because
Okay,
this fool's fucking it
go.
up.
Hey,
Okay, go.
Mugs, get out of here.
Go ahead. Keep it going.
All right, so fucking he tried to like get me in trouble and my friends. So we got up to the quad area, and we start talking shit to each other. So I throw this fucking
Come on, hurry up.
right hand and completely miss the guy. And all I could think is, oh, fuck, he's going to hit me right now. And then I come with the left. bam, and drop his ass. And then I come with the right, and I hit him one more time, and then all of a sudden, teacher grab me, turns me around. I don't know who's grabbing me. So no, it's not Lanny. I don't even know who. So I'm about to throw a punch. He's like, no. And then I stop. I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. And that was my only fight I had in high school.
Who was it against?
I don't even know, this little small Mexican dude. And after that, he started hitting the weights and got all little buffy and shit. Like,
tried to hit you up again?
Nah, he didn't want a rematch. He knew better. But yeah,
where did Muggs go?
That was my only one and only fight.
He was chewing on my goddamn toes. Like, I think he went through the first layer of my Nikes.
Come here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw him
your
out.
Nike. Your Nike.
Alex, did you have a fight in high school? Or what was the best fight you saw in high school?
No, I had one.
Actually, I seen a couple. I got a couple good party ones.
I have a few of those.
I got a good
from the parties I
party
threw.
ones.
Oh, I got good ones, but
yeah,
the Dallavina party was insane.
Well, we talked about that in the last podcast, and people don't understand how crazy that party was.
That Dallavina party, it was so much tension because the West Side, East Side was there, and it was.
Bro,
we had that whole fucking street
party.
Hey, we had
all
that
you guys
whole
were there,
street.
right?
It was
the whole street.
Hey, how dope were my parties though?
The whole street.
The parties I used to throw were the
from beginning to end.
They blocked us all in.
I had
It was
some of the
insane.
sickest fucking parties.
Insane.
That party we talked about in the last 2 podcasts ago, but people don't realize like that we had. So I grew up on. So my entire family grew up and went to school in the East Side. My grandma was a teacher's aide at Franklin. So a bunch of homies that all the homies we look up to, the older homies, knew my grandmother at Franklin. And so I had an East Side built into me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I moved to the West Side because my mom was like, we got to save some money and blah, blah, blah. She was my dad. And so we lived on the West Side, but I went to school on the East Side. But my family, most of my family lived on the West Side. So like the Loquito, the Night Owls, rest in peace to my prima Lizette. She died. She was La Jefa from the Night Owls.
Oh, yeah,
she ran that shit, homie. And so like she started the Night Owl gang. It's crazy, right? And then my cousin was one of the original Loquitos, right? So what was weird is when that party happened.
A Loquito.
Yeah, were you really?
He was.
Were
Yeah,
you really?
he was.
Yeah.
So then you had to be blessed by my cousin.
I got
You were, bro.
with a Juan Solis.
Really?
I kicked it with Baby Wino and
Okay, so you
and
Camilo,
all of them and
all those fools.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Danny's an original OG
Back then.
gangster.
So you were you still were second generation.
Yeah.
Because there was one before you.
Yeah.
So what's crazy is that though growing up,
Remember
damn
that?
crazy shit,
right?
you buster ass baby.
No, really, he was.
I didn't
bro,
know
like,
that.
straight up.
Yeah.
So I grew up on the West Side, Fig, Mercedes Lane. Fucking our families are right there. You know, we kicked it, whatever. But long story short is, when that fight popped off, it's because everyone like was invited. Everyone knew me. They're like, "Hey, Javi's having a party." They already knew the parties I was throwing were big parties, right?
Hey, where's the 3K'er?
No,
for
you
high
had
school, that
fucking
was
some
legit.
awesome parties, bro.
I had some sick ass
Straight
parties.
And we were
up
like, hey,
big-ass
and then it was
parties,
cool.
I had some
Whoever
sick-ass
like,
I remember going to set some up.
hey, and,
Yeah,
hey,
well, you always used to kick it.
and
fool, back in
whoever
the day.
like
Luciano.
got control of
Yes.
the door, like got most of the money.
Yeah, there was
Whoever-
thousands of
Remember?
dollars.
Oh,
Me, you,
God.
Luciano would just go set up his parties all crazy.
There was thousands of dollars for to hang out those parties.
After
Bro.
you beat
Right?
him up.
Like $5 a cup and just book them.
Fucked up.
But yeah, that
What did he
Dallavina-
bring up? Who did you beat up, fool? I gotta hear this story, dog.
No,
Who'd you beat up?
Alice is talking about you still.
About you beating me up, you asshole. This
But
was someone
that,
beating me
hey,
up.
but that
Yeah, drop that
Dallavina
one.
party was the craziest fight.
He's
Like,
lying.
I want to hear this
Everybody
story. I want to
scrapped.
hear this story. Hold on. I want to hear this story.
No, he was bringing it up again.
Oh, why you bringing it up? Well, why you gotta ask me twice?
No,
bro?
I
Come
wasn't.
on.
I wasn't, man. I was like, you
You're
know
an
what,
asshole.
Ruben?
But dude, about the Dallavina party, like I
Now,
saw.
now we're gonna
Hey.
fight again, Ruben.
I saw. no, I'm not.
Pay per view, pay per view.
You fucking asshole.
So I saw somebody get like a hubcap, like frisbeed at him.
Yes,
Frisbeed at him.
I saw fucking chairs thrown on.
Oh
at people.
yeah, that
It
was a crazy one. Crazy.
That
Do
was
you know how it started?
Khalid.
No.
I thought it was
No, it
Khalid.
wasn't Khalid. So it started with my homie Crow. So you guys know Joey Bar? I gotta have to cut that out. So Joey, the homie we grew up with in high school, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have to cut all this out. Let's just say a guy showed up to the party, and
you cut out what's his
Joey
name?
Bar Big Ears.
hey, you're an asshole, dude. Come on,
You're
man.
just
I
gonna
got
cut out
not
the
gonna edit all
whole
this
part.
shit, bro. So his stepfather
Sorry,
came to the
Joey.
party. His stepfather came to the party and had gotten crazy with Crow on the east side.
Oh yeah, Crow fucked him up.
And what happened is he was a big guy and Crow's a little guy, but Crow's like one of the best fighters you've ever met in your
Right
entire
there by
life.
McDonald's. What was the street?
No, this happened right there. This happened at the party.
Davina.
Delavina. So he grabbed him and Crow cracked him so hard. And I remember this day, his fucking eye fell out of his head, fool. Like his eye fell out of his head. And I was like, damn. And what happened is when hey, actually, no, hold on. Hold on. I take that back.
Do you want to share an Uber home?
No, hold on. I see that back. Actually, I'm telling the story wrong. When he hit him, the guy
He
folded
got two
down.
eyes and one eye?
No, he folded down like you would fold like if someone cracked. Look over here, you asshole.
Oh, sorry.
God
sorry,
damn it, this fool's
sorry.
not listening now. Okay, so he cracked this fool so hard. This man, he hit him so hard that when he folded over, he kneed him. Oh, right in his face.
Well, at the same time.
Yes,
right
he cracked
after.
him when he folded over. He kneed him, and when he kneed him, his fucking eye fell out of the socket.
Dude, there were so many stories behind that thing.
No, but that's the real story though. I watched it happen. It was my fucking party.
I know. But
And so that fool, when he bent it over, his eye fell out of the socket, and then shit popped off, and it was like because he was for old school homie from the west side, and there was east side, west side shit, and there
it
was
went crazy.
all the Santa Barbara Dons were there. Like it was, they had their fucking Letterman jackets on. Fools were getting
you were
stabbed.
there.
Dude,
Yep.
the next
we
day,
ran to Efren's house after.
Yes.
Me,
Got
Eddie.
that crazy?
Yeah, we ran past
it
your
was nuts,
fucking
bro.
house.
The
pussy.
next day,
Your house was the fucking next block over.
What?
Yeah.
You knock on my door.
You were at
he
the
used to live,
party.
hey, he did used to live right there, huh?
Yeah, he was
did
right
used to
down the
hey,
block,
Your
fool.
fucking house was over there, you
Like it
asshole.
was
I
a
remember.
block away from your house. We
Hey.
ran to Efren's house.
You remember?
We got the fuck out of there after everybody like started jamming. The cops came. They blocked the street off. It was crazy.
Hey, bro.
Ambulance showed up.
I remember
Like,
your
we
house.
could
'Cause I
see-
used to drive to your house in my
see
little
the
fucking
lights.
Johnny cab.
Your Johnny Cab was crazy.
Hey, dude, that shit had bumps.
That
and
shit
pussy.
took us everywhere.
Oh, your little
Everywhere,
blue
everywhere,
car.
everywhere.
Hey, we had a lot of people in that car, huh? Bitches and fucking. Dude, we used
Not
to.
only that, remember when we used to get free boots or free shoes from Sears?
Yes.
Oh God.
We used to go to Sears.
Remember that shit?
What was it? I'm not gonna say his name. The barber. I'm just gonna
Remember
the
when we
barber.
got free boots and shoes from Sears?
Dude, we
The
used
barber.
No, I
and,
can't take
uh,
that. I can't take that
and
many
the-
people. I can only take
and the
5.
mover. I'm gonna
I'm
call
part of 5.
I'm
Let's
gonna call him
go.
the barber and the
Get
mover.
whatever you want. Okay, cool. All right, let's go.
to. Hey, this went from the Honey podcast to the Santa Barbara High School podcast real quick.
Like
Yeah.
I said, the hunter and the barber hooked us up, or no, the mover and the barber.
For sure.
For sure.
Hey, we used to have.
They've just been in fucking fake credit card.
We
numbers.
used to live. We used to live a different life, though. Imagine if our kids our age were doing what I was doing then.
Oh God,
I was 15 when I was doing that. 16.
fucking credit card fraud. Fucking
No,
wait.
I was 16 at most throwing those parties.
Oh yeah.
At most.
What? It make like $3,000
No,
$4,000 in a
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Like,
It wouldn't fly at all.
No, it wouldn't fly at
No.
all. No, I would
No, no,
I
no.
go to jail now as a kid who's corrupting
Yeah,
the
no,
youth.
no, it wouldn't fly at all.
Can you
I
imagine
think
that, shit?
It's a different story though now. I think that
yeah, let's not.
life advances really quick, and you know what? I think there's probably be about 1 to 3 months before things change.
I think we would all have felonies before we were graduated
For sure.
if it was we did what we did.
Hell yeah, Danny's
now.
old.
Yeah.
Danny's old.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
How old
Is-
are you, Danny?
Same age as you.
No, fuck
And
that.
you.
You're way older.
I'm old as fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
you
older
have,
than
you
all
have a
you
gray
guys.
mustache. My mustache.
Oh, I got
isn't-
that.
I don't have a
George
gray
Clooney.
mustache,
Oh,
bro.
You got no mustache.
How old are you? Fool?
I got that George Clooney. I got that George Clooney. It's that pepper.
42. I'm 42. Like
Yeah, everybody on this
I'm
table.
41 for I'm the youngest.
I know that
You're 42.
You're like in December.
I'm 40. What's your month?
December. I'm the oldest.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
you are.
October, so I'm
Yo,
youngest.
I'm the oldest.
What's your month?
No,
April.
I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay, I'm
you just
March.
turned 42.
Fuck.
I'm gonna be
I'm
43.
October before all you putos.
No, you can tell you have really nice.
Get out of here, you
moisturized.
asshole.
You have really nice tits.
Ah, fuck off.
You can tell he
asshole.
moisturizes.
You're a dick. Hey, but what's crazy is that party was nuts though, for reals.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
The next day, we were in the newspaper.
How about the rave that was next to Rusty's Pizza?
Eviction
That was a good one
notice.
too.
That rave that was next to Rusty's Pizza was good.
Dude, we had so many fucking parties,
Rusty's?
bro.
On the west side?
Yeah. We had so many. Oh, I remember that one.
remember
Yeah.
that one.
That was across the street. Yeah. That was it. Dude, we had so many fucking parties. It was insane. People don't realize, like, when I try to talk, when I meet somebody new and they're like, hey, these guys are assholes. Hey, when I meet somebody new there and she's like, hey, fucking, cheers, drink up. When I meet somebody new and she's like, hey, so tell me about you. I'm like, where do I start? I don't even know where to start to tell somebody about me. You know what I mean? I'm like, fucking, you have no idea the crazy shit.
You have a really good webpage and everything on IG, but I guess my real question is, how much do you have to correct when you do those polls and they don't vote right, especially the girls?
Dude, they're such pendejas, bro. So what Alex is asking is, I do polls for either females or men, and I do them because a woman will come to me and say, hey, I want to ask this question about a man's perspective, and I want to understand. And they're actually serious polls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand. And you know what the thing is, I told you last time, I said, you know what? The next time somebody doesn't follow the rules, post their name on it.
I should, yeah.
Yeah,
I used to do that.
Put it out, Javi. You want to know why? Because that way people know they don't follow rules.
No, I used to do that, but the problem is, and what happens is they come back under fake accounts and they report all my shit, and then I get canceled.
Oh no, those are Russians. Don't worry about them. Those are Russians. Those are Russians. Those are Russians.
Okay, so anybody that reports something
Oh, those
on a
are Russians.
private
Those are
account
Russians.
is a piece of shit.
No, they're Russians.
The Russians. All right, over the Russians.
No.
No, but what's crazy about that is that, like, genuinely, is I've been trying to combat that. I don't know how to do it though, bro, because, like,
No, you can't.
I can't. I got to the point now when I post some shit, I know when I float it out there.
I mean, how many colors do you got to put on for the women? Like,
No, here's the deal. When I post a post now, I used to watch all the fucking comments, and I'd be like, "Oh, let me watch the comments. Come in." I was like, "I'm gonna watch them." Cool. Seriously, there's so many comments that come in. There are actually some are really amazing, but there's some that are like some angry ass fool in Alabama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this fool's fucking angry, and he doesn't like a Mexican saying some shit about whatever. And there's also other like comments from a chick here who's Latina who's like, fuck you, I'm a Latina, homie Roy, you a piece of shit. And it's like, I don't have the time to listen to every one of them, bro. I'm not, and I refuse to. I don't have the time to. Because if I did, it would just crumble me every fucking day. And I don't give a shit. I post shit because I think it's funny.
people, it's all jokes.
Yeah.
So don't take it so serious.
It's
No,
just
not
jokes.
at all. I remember when I first became friends with Danny. Shoot.
In 1999?
No. Check this out. I'll repeat this story over and over. I'll repeat this story over and over that.
I'm dead, bro. Be nice to my walls, asshole.
My lady used to say,
I'm just kidding.
really? You like Danny?
She's like, really? That's the fool?
No, wait.
Hey.
I would say.
She's like, really? That's the fool you're going to do Brokeback with, or what? What the fuck, bro?
You know what? He may like the Raiders.
That was your choice.
But he's confused about that, just like his sexuality. True or not true?
You're stupid, dog.
True. And then I would say, you know what? Stop laughing, Daddy. God damn it. I love you.
Oh my god.
I love you.
Turn his mic off at this point. Like, he's just like,
I'm like,
no more alcohol for you. You're done.
Okay.
See, yeah.
The Scotch done did it, huh?
No. The first half was good.
The first half we were good. All right.
Oh my god.
Now we're on the second half. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what?
This is
We're
Let's
good.
fucking.
This is how we have
Now
to
this is all freestyle now.
Oh, remember when
Test,
Alex
test,
would
test,
sing?
all
test.
Gangstar. This is all Gangstar.
Alex would sing in the
You
locker
kept
room.
pointing my bottle at me, man. Like you kept going like this to me.
Well, fucking help me out, asshole.
Where's the fight at?
Right here, fool. We're all gonna fight each other naked right
We
now.
should order some toppers.
We'll do that. Oh, we're Carnitas Pizza.
Yeah.
What?
You never had Carnitas Pizza?
No.
You've never
We're
had
good.
Carnitas Pizza?
I haven't had it.
Oh, we're gonna have that tonight. Oh, it's gonna change your mind about being Mexican for sure.
Oh,
100%.
You're being really aggressive.
Oh, I'm being honest. It's gonna be serious. We're gonna get really serious tonight.
See, he's all using those new words.
right, let's
being aggressive.
Let's close out this podcast because we've been going for a long time. I probably might have to edit it because these assholes. have
No,
made
you
me-
definitely have to edit the whole goddamn thing. God damn it!
Nah, we had a
this will
good time.
This will be on like in 3 days because Javi's gonna get on a good one right now.
Nah, for sure. Hey,
Yeah. I like this
Genuinely.
one.
You're stupid. All right, hey, genuinely, man, I thank you guys fucking so much for coming on, talking about all the things we want to talk about. My homeboys for many, many years. Much love, respect. This is amazing. There's nothing more I could ask for other than having guys come out here to spend their time with me. Hey, asshole, I love you, you fucking son of a bitch.
Oh,
All right.
I love you too. I thought I had to take a cap off.
Danny, I love you too, brother. You son
Thank
of a
you.
bitch.
Thank you.
Ruben, I love you
Love all
too,
three.
man.
Always, Javi.
Get in there.
I
Love you guys, man.
And you know what? I think hashing it out with Javi is the best podcast here. Tune in to every goddamn episode, yo.